for Claude's brass ones. What a move! Stunning!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to Sector 1 Sim Racing. Another week, another race, or another couple of races. Tonight we've got the Group B boys going around once again. Tonight we'll be racing at Interlagos from Brazil. Legendary track, plenty going to happen. Joining me in the box today, guys, I've got for the BMW race, we've got the one and only NASCAR. Pete, how are you, mate?
Good evening, mate. Pretty well. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Well rested. Had a pre-race snooze. Lucky to wake up from it, but ready to go now. Welcome to everybody in chat. I think we got a few people that have tuned in nice and early. G'day, Clint, Braddles, and the crazy one. Who I think I thought he was racing, but maybe not. Mr. Bumcrack, the plumber, and Karen. Of course, Karen not racing tonight. Has gone and moved up into the upper stratosphere, into Group A. Hopefully everybody can hear us well. Let us know in chat if there's any issues with the audio. At this stage, I think everything seems to be working fine. Benny, how are you, mate? Well, as we prepare for tonight's races, I'm pretty excited. I got that feeling in the tummy, which most people might describe as anxiety, but might just be excitement for the race, mate. What are you feeling? What are your pre-race predictions at this stage, Pete?
Looking at current practice situation, Jim Bob's leading the way, but there is a few drivers in the 1 minute 31 territory. You got the likes of Ghost and got Magnets getting in there as well with some 31. So it's hopefully it's gonna be like A again. It's gonna be a four-way battle to the finish. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Usual players up the front of the field by the sounds of it. Also with us at the moment, we have the good doctor who will be joining us for the Ferrari race later on. Good doc, how are you?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Good, mate. All ready to go tonight?
Yeah. No, everything seems to be going all right here at the moment, so happy to send the Ferrari boys off.
Yeah, well, it's a track that's produced some pretty spectacular racing in the past. I got recollections of some around the outside passes at turn one, etc., etc. All ahead of us still. So what we might do as tradition states, guys, is we might take off on a lap of this wonderful track, which is Interlagos. Driven around by the one and only Ghost as he shows us exactly how to go fast around this joint.
Welcome to the purple sector for round 4 of the next level racing 458 Competizione Aussie Hampton N3 Challenge from Interlagos, 15 turns, 4.3 kilometres. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Fantastic racetrack this one. A lot of history. Also quite technical as well. Probably the most technical visit this season. So head down now towards turn 1 and 2, also known as the Center S, named after the greatest race driver ever to grace this planet. It is a left-right combination. Now you can actually short shift in the third trim there and really try and maximise your drive traction. As in down now, the Rita of Sparta. Great passing opportunity here. We will slip some streaming for sure. Now down into the Dongo. Double apex, left-hander. Now don't run it too wide. You will risk a penalty there. It's very harsh on track limits through here. Flat through turn 5. Now we're up to a fantastic corner into Ferruta, turn 6. Back to third gear. Tip it in. Let it drift down a little wide. Then hunt the nose back in. And now we're into the really slow part of the track. Back to the first gear to Peridio. That's turn 8. Now this is turn 9. Short shifted in a second. Maximise drive traction. Now into the Pico de Pato. Back to first. This is going to be very hard on tyres, especially the front end. You've got to be really balanced and really patient. Pretty much flat through Maglio. Now up towards my favourite corner, the beautiful Junico. Great corner this one. Back to second. Really use the whole track. Run it out as wide as you dare. And then we are flat out through the boxes. This is a straight, but it's not really a straight. I think what's going to be really important here, tyre management is going to be the big key here in Interlagos. It is savage on tyres. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go purple at the fantastic Interlagos. I cannot wait for this. This is going to be an absolute rip snorter.
The purple sector. There it is. I should have had a look at that myself before a race last week. There's definitely a couple of corners there that I wasn't doing correctly. Turn 5 in particular, and that last corner. Anyway, we move on. Interlagos certainly seems to be one of those horses for courses sort of tracks. Some guys get it, others don't. You're a fan of the track, Pete?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a bit of a who dares win sort of race too. You know, whoever does what, if it pays off or not. You know, we saw Mo who gambled with the 2-stop strategy. I think he was the only one of the lot that did that, and it almost paid off for him. Bar 1 or 2 corners. So. It really just depends on who's got the right stuff and who's got the right strategy for the night.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who that's influenced tonight, seeing Mo do that and almost pull off the win. All got a little bit, it all got a little bit willing in the end then, but he definitely gave himself every chance of winning, coming home with a fresher car after the 2 stops. But, it'd be interesting to see if anybody else adopts that in tonight's races. We have a quick look at some current point standings, ladies and gentlemen, just before we take off in the BMW Championship. Thanks to Benny for the graphics. Shout out, mate. Done a great job there. We've got ourselves Ghost leading the championship there with 52 points for Ragged Edge Racing. The crazy one who's been in chat already is following in second position at 50 points. Brainache. Now, I believe these points are all updated to now, so we've got some updated points for everybody. Grassy's on equal third, 42 points for Lucky's Lawn Care Racing. Buffer, that's a solid fourth, I suppose it comes through as. And then in fifth, we've got Excalibur, Pruski, and Womble for Death Grip Racing, Obsession, and Red Mist all sitting in there. And then the back end of the championship, Bishop Wacker with work to do. Jim Bob Shizer, he's back after a week suspended. An opportunity to get some points here for Counterpunch. We've got Faster Jet and the Moff for the Aussie Hampton racing team. An opportunity to bank some big points. And Flatstick in for his second start of the season. And we are joined by a new racer this weekend, S1 Magnet. Lucky's Lawn Care Racing taking over from Tankmaster, who unfortunately had to withdraw from championship between rounds. He has been replaced, and word is this fella goes fast. So be interesting how he fits into the bigger picture. I'll be looking forward to that. So again, just a quick look at teams' points. We can see there for the M3 Challenge, the Aussie Hampton M3 Challenge, we've got Deeds Racing leading the way with 184, Dadson Racing 173, Blacklight. What are they doing up there with 162 points? Good on them. Lucky's Lawn Care, 155. Ragged Edge Racing, there we go, that other mob there at 152 points. Death Grip Racing, 150 points. And then a bit of a gap back to Racing Cars Like Legends at 120. CJ Sports, Obsession Motorsports, 118. Cornerstone Performance, 113. Would like to see them a bit higher. Red Mist Racing at 107. Counterpunch, definitely like to see them higher. Aussie Hampton Racing at 82, and Force Performance, the big fall from grace, down in 42 points at the moment, but all this will change after tonight. Exactly how? We're about to find out. Pete, how are the boys looking?
They're looking good. They're warmed up.
Almost ready.
Time to set them on their merry way.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
This should be interesting.
I shall release the hounds.
Apparently after 6 months of trying to learn this streaming thing, I may have figured out how to put timers on the screen, guys, which will make things a little bit more exciting. One press of a button does it all. So, that's an interesting glitch. I don't think I've ever seen that one before, Pete.
Which one's that?
Magnet.
Oh, okay.
He's up and sideways in his car there.
Oh, I like it. All right. Oh, here he goes. He's on his way.
Be on my screen. Let's catch up with the boys and let's see what's going on.
Yep, everyone's come out. He's just come out a bit late, so...
Okay. Let's go racing. I'm definitely got an interesting little glitch happening here for Magnet, but let's move on. Okay, so as they head out, sorry about that, guys. Just trying to work out what's happening with Magnet. We've got a bit of a disconnect between Pete and myself. Pete's seeing one thing, I'm seeing another, but the rest of the field seems to have gotten off all right as we head out on out laps. Jim Bob leading the way, looking keen there. Decides to lead him off. He's about to start his first flyer. So you were saying from earlier, sort of practice at the usual sort of suspects up the front. Would we have some action from Ghost?
Yeah, action from Ghost, Jim Bob, even Womble. Even
Right.
Womble tipped the scales and he got into the 1 minute 31 territory, so he's looking good as well.
And that's what these
and yeah,
guys would
debut
be.
driver Magnet's looking quick too.
That's what these guys would be aiming for. I'm assuming something in around the low 131s, ideally.
Yeah, ideally you want to early 31, mid 31s are pretty good too. That will get you somewhere right up near the grid.
Up the pointy end is what they'll all be hoping for. Follow Jim Bob as he's out on his initial lap here. He's been a bit up and down, as Jim Bob, hasn't he? He's displayed qualifying speed, got good qualifying position. Probably 2 starts ago, if my memory serves me correct, he threw away a really good position up the front of the pack. Can't remember exactly what may have happened last week, if he was in that battle at the end or not, but he'd be looking for another, well, hopefully a more solid run this week.
Yeah, hopefully a bit of good luck will go his way this time. He's just been unlucky, but yeah, he definitely just shows he's got the pace to even boogie with the big boys. So
yeah. Well, he's coming in final corner. He's going to set an early standard. He does have Ghost sitting in behind him, who will also come in to set a time. So Jim Bob gets us away, and that's a bloody quick start. A 1:31.6.
And Sean hits it with a
1:31.5.
31.56 rather.
Ooh, flat stick in the 31s. That's not a bad first lap from flat stick.
Oh. He's even surprised me there. Wow,
Grasses goes top with a 1:31.5. That's a good lap. 2 1,000ths of a second over Ghost. A hair.
And 0.3 separates the top 4.
There you go. So it's tied up the front initially. Oh, flat stick going a little bit, getting a bit adventurous with his driving there, as only flat stick can. Penalty. Quickly burn.
Gotta love it.
Welcome back, Shizer. The GT Track Next Level livery there. What have I done? There he is. And I know he's mad keen to get back amongst it. He missed out last week. Now these guys here, this mid-group here, they are too close to each other. They'll be hindering each other. They need to get a little bit more space. It's one thing to get a tow, but then it's another one to be held up.
Then you end up panicking. You got to make a decision where you got to pass him without wrecking both your lap times. It's definitely not ideal.
Jim Bob now. Oh, Grassy, sorry. Ghost. Straight into pits for Ghost. Straight into pits for Jim Bob. Just wondering.
Brainiac and Shizer as well are also going to put some new pilot sports on.
I think everybody's going to be pulling in straight after lap 1. Saw a glimpse there of one car decided to kick straight on. Can't find him. Womble coming in to complete a lap. Currently sitting in 6.4 of a second behind the leader. Improves to almost a 32 flat. And I've still got issues with Magnet. I'm not going to be able to tell you where Magnet sits, guys, unfortunately.
Magnet's currently sitting in P8.
P8? Okay, so the position's right, but he's just glitching in pits for me.
Right on. Yeah, he's sitting...
Okay, Womble has done the fastest first sector so far, so... Sorry, Pete. Sorry to interrupt you, mate.
Hey, good. You're good, mate. You're good.
So he's He's come alive here as he goes through turn 6.
He's got Magnet in front of him, so hopefully no issues, no dramas for him. As we got Excalibur there,
Pulling off to
just
the
gone wide.
side.
Oh,
Oop.
oh, we got Chase in front. That's all right. It's out of the way.
So on your screen, because we can't see him, how close behind Magnet is he?
Oh, he's just about up on his rear bumper now,
Okay.
but he's looking good from here. He's-
We come up to the 3-minute mark, 3.5-minute mark. This is where it all going to start. All's going to start to get very serious. Currently see Grass is in first. We're just following Womble on this lap, who'd set an early purple sector. It looks like he may have dropped off the pace and now decides that he's going to cut that last corner, borrow a little bit of the track, and he's pulled a 1:31.9. So his fastest lap, but only moves him up as far up as 5th.
It's 5th place.
Yep. Grassies is only just starting out on a lap.
Oh, Jim Bob. Oh, Jim Bob's around.
And that's a big off. Well, he's got
That's
plenty
a
of room
huge
out
off
there.
there.
I think
Yeah,
he
we got
would
Sean
damage
with
the car.
half a second penalty there. That's not ideal on his fast lap here. You'd want to get rid of that as soon as possible.
Might jump on board with some of these other guys here who are a bit further down the track.
Got Chase here flashing the lights.
Chase has had an off.
Chase on a purple sector. Chase on a purple sector here.
Okay, let's jump on with him.
See what he's got for us.
Grass is still leading the way with that earlier lap he set. The 1:31.5. Blisteringly quick first lap. But you would expect that time to come down now as they start to get lower on fuel. Fresh tyres on. Might quickly jump forward here and have a look at some of the times that are going to be set here. We've got Grassy's Buffer improves, Shizer improves.
He's in purple, but he's 0.4 up on his fastest time, so this is going to be really good.
Boom,
Grassy's
Grassy's with a 1:31.1, lightning quick. He's issued the challenge. He has issued the challenge to the rest of the field. He's said to Ghost and Jim Bob, beat me if you can. Here you go, chase this down. A 1:31.1.
Oh, Chase, look at that. Cements 4th place there with a 31.765. That is a solid lap from Chase there.
We've seen him, he can be quick. Unfortunately, we've already seen him tonight also get a bit adventurous and roam off the track, and just got to tie those little errors in. Mind you, when he's pushing like this through qualifying, he's up on his best time again.
Meanwhile, Shizer snuck in the 5th there with a 31.797.
Nice lap. Magnet's still in 8th.
That's correct, mate. Yep.
Shizer on screen here.
Might not be as fast as he might be just gearing up for this last one.
Went 3 out on that one. Jim Bob. Moff improves.
Oh,
Righto.
that's it.
Down to final
Shizer's-
laps.
Shizer's called it quits there on that lap.
Has he?
Yep.
Well, he might be happy with that 5th. It is tight. This final lap's what it's all gonna burn down to, or it's all gonna come down to this. Grassy's at the moment is looking comfortable. He's got a sizable lead over Ghost, who's unfortunately found some traffic here on his final flying lap behind the Anwash car.
Find that too.
The gap is 0.3 of a second. As Sean now manages to make his way past, but how much time has that cost him already? Not seeing any purple numbers for Ghost here, unfortunately.
Grassy's either he's 1.1 second down on his fast lap there.
Yeah, I'd say he's going to settle on that time he's set already, so it's going to be up to the likes of Jim Bob, Shizer, Womble, Flatstick, or anybody else. Magnet for that.
Nope, Jim Bob's down as well.
Here we go. What's the time he sets? He's probably going to be... Oh, he improves to 1:31.5,
Nope.
but still leaves him in second. Pruski improves on his best. Still doesn't manage to crack the top 8, unfortunately. That's qualifying, guys. Well, they've gone to script in many ways there. We've got Grassy's leading the way with Ghost not far behind. He did look to get hindered in that final lap as they're about to set off. Hopefully a smooth start for them all. Hopefully through turns 1 and 2. No major issues. It has claimed drivers before. Lights are red. Revs full bore. They're away and racing. Looks like everybody's got off the line well. Ghost with the inside line is going to be looking to make early position on Grassy's here. Grassy's argues the point. And as a result, ended up potentially costing him 2 spots here off the line. Grassy's back down to 3rd as Ghost assumes the lead. With Jim Bob in 2nd, Grassy's got bullied a little bit there. Got caught wide, pushed wide. Allowed Jim Bob to scrape through. As they settle into stride. But it looks like everybody's got off safely. Anything you've noticed?
No,
Pete, everything's fine?
Yeah, everything's fine here, buddy.
So,
Everyone's got
Ghost
a clean
leading the
start
way.
so far.
Jim Bob 2nd. Grassy 3rd. Shizer may have made a position there on Flatstick. He has. Flatstick back to 5th. Womble close behind, and Magnet. Now we do have sync with Magnet. Fantastic. We get to see the new fella for the first time in that wonderful new livery. Is running there. Is that a Lucky's Lawn Care livery?
Yes, that's
For
correct,
Magnet,
yeah.
yep. Rocking some new silver and chrome and yellow.
And a new sponsor as well, so good to see them joining aboard the S1 League.
And again, Ghost, who has had a pretty good time of it of late.
Grassy's makes a move on Jim Bob.
And he's pulled it off.
Here he comes.
Whoa. Put enough hurt on him again to allow Shizer to get through.
Very good start from Shizer on his return.
He'll be very happy with that. And of course, it's all going to come down to car tyre management this race. That front right-hand tyre is the one that cops an absolute beating here. Those that manage to look after those tyres better will ultimately experience success. Of course, the BMW B drivers race for a total of 30 minutes. You would think most of them might be going the one stop, but there is the opportunity for 2. These top 4 are clearing away, and Ghost has put a bit of a gap on Grassy's here. He's managed to pull away, no longer sitting in the toe.
Wide there out of the turn.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit untidy, which has allowed...
It's going to leave room for Shizer to have a bite here.
Yeah, he's going to get a run. He's looking at the outside line. It is possible to pass around the outside here. Now, depends on whether Grassy's decides to squeeze wide and push him wide. No, he's
Jim
backed
Bob.
out, and that's allowed Jim Bob to sneak through. These 3 are at it, hammer and tong. Great driving, guys.
That's just giving Sean there
Yep.
all the room in the world to just open up and
Unfortunately, yeah.
Move away.
These guys might be better off working together than against each other at this stage. Close that gap up to Ghost. Now, Flatstick has dropped a little bit behind that group of three with Womble. Still right on his ginger. These two on track together. Fireworks, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a bit of history between these two.
Yeah.
If you go back to Nürburgring of last season,
There
hopefully
is
they've
history.
sorted themselves out.
Yep.
But we'll just have to wait and see.
Some interesting
As they
lines
go
from
Amber and
Chase
Dongo.
there. He's kind of driving defensively by the looks of it. He's trying to protect this 5th spot from Womble, but it is allowing Shizer ahead and the group of 3 ahead to skip away. So we might have a quick little look a bit further back. It's brain ache in the brainwash in the hand wash car, and he's in this group of 7th, 8th, and 9th. These boys back here, it's as serious as it is up the front. Every position fought for. Every position fought for hard. These guys are not leaving anything to chance. So brain ache at the moment, holding a solid 7th with Pruski in 8th, Buffer 9th. So we got the Magnet Man. He's sitting in 10th at the moment. New experience. Under the bright lights. Tends to add a bit when you know you're being watched. So
with
far,
every
so
lap.
good.
With every lap you'll learn.
Yeah, it's all a
Gain yourself
learning
bit more
experience.
experience.
One thing I guarantee you, though, I bet you he's having a ball. And then we got
Buffer. Buffer's had a bit of a buffer there as he goes off.
Had a bit of a moment, has he?
He's just lost 10 plate. Not out a Magnet. And
Right.
Excalibur just went wide too there in the background.
It's just about to have a look at Excalibur back there, sitting in 11th. He's consistently been in that second half of the field, let's call it. He'd be looking for improvement. Moff also seems to find himself at the rear of the field a bit this season. Early in the season, he was showing some excellent signs of improvement, but unfortunately everybody improves. And you just got to keep working at it. But they've got their own internal battle here to sort out between father and son. Excalibur at the moment got one over the old man. But there's a long way to go yet in that battle. Ghost with the fastest lap of the race so far. Sorry, Pete.
No, I was just saying there's a few more laps yet with that battle between them two.
Yeah.
So.
There's a way to go. So Ghost at the moment with a lead of almost 2.5 seconds now. This is getting worrying for the rest of the field. He's got a lead of, 2.4 seconds. Grassies, who looks to have also put a bit of a gap here on Shizer. And Jim Bob, the top 4. Really spread out. I wonder if anything happened there to cause this spreading out.
And he's not just that, he's also got Womble on his case now.
Yep.
With Flatstick not too far behind. He's also got Brainache on his case as well. So
Some annoying fella in chat wants to know how tyres and fuel are looking at the moment there, Pete. How are our top 6 looking?
with pleasure, mate. Okay, so we got Sean in first place. He's currently just got a little bit over half a tank, and his tyres are a little bit worn on the right-hand side. His left-hand side's pretty good.
So that was just over half a tank, you said?
That's correct, yeah.
Yep.
And we got Grassies with pretty much the identical amounts of fuel on board and identical fuel wear too.
Okay.
Shizer in third, identical fuel and identical tyre wear. Figure that one out. We got Womble, who's just passed
Yep.
Jim Bob there for position, for fourth position. He's just a slightly bit lower there on fuel compared to the other three. And tyres surprisingly a little bit higher, like he's a little bit better on wear than the other three in front of him. Jim Bob, currently also harbouring a penalty too. He's got the exact same amount of fuel as Womble, and his tyres are a bit worse off, so basically he is identical to the other top three. Flatstick, okay, he's got more fuel than the top five on board, and the identical tyre wear as well. Brainache in 7.2's chewed up his right front there, and he's just a bit worse off on fuel than the current top six. Buffer, same deal as Brainache with fuel, and pretty much identical tyre wear again to the rest of the field. Pruski, whoa, dearie me, he's absolutely demolished that right front, and he's just about on half a tank as well. Magnet, 10th place.
As a result, Pruski is the first to blink, and he comes. Still around sort of 57.
Two-stop territory right
Yeah,
there.
leading the field. This will be interesting. So this throws a spanner in the works. May as well. The position is in there. He's got nothing to lose. He may as well try something different. And as you were saying, it looks like his driving style maybe not all that suited to this track, and he's chewed up the tyres and used too much of the car early. So he'll rejoin at the rear of the field.
That's an interesting one. He's full field as well.
Okay. Interesting. Ghost 2.8 seconds in front. Slowly inching away from Grassies. Of course, these boys are all yet to pit. As now we look at Shizer, who's coming under some pretty intense pressure from Womble.
Yep, he's getting peppered here.
He's on a bit of a charge, Womble. Now, we know these two guys are in similar sort of car usage territory when it comes to fuel and tyres, so there shouldn't be any major advantage when they come into pits, but Womble will be looking to somehow maybe get out in front of Shizer once this first pit stop's done.
Womble does have the better tyres here, so unless they go now, he's definitely going to be in range to pass.
Well, it looks like Shizer's in, but Womble's going on. Ghost is also, our leaders also pit. Both boys in pits with the exact same fuel. Jim Bob slightly lighter with 48 kilos, same as Brainache. So not a lot there in the fuel. Nobody's really done the mass save. Everybody's pushing hard. So we're looking at Shizer rejoining at the back of the field.
Oh, Womble almost with a big dive there. Thinks better of it, but...
So we have got a bit of a mixture of strategies here. Womble, who's now on the rear of Ghost, has yet to pit. So Ghost on a much fresher car, but Womble can use that to his advantage.
Flat stick with another penalty, as per usual.
Yep. Can't bag him out. Sorry.
That's all right.
So, somewhat fortunate here goes. He's managed to rejoin after his pit stop in front of slower cars, which will only help him here. He's driving the perfect race up until this point. Out front, Grassies with a 2.8 second lead. Grassies is yet to stop though, isn't he? Or has he stopped?
He still owes us a pit stop.
Still owes us a pit stop, yep.
Yep.
Once again, you see Jim Bob's had a tough old time of it in the early stages. He's currently down in 8th, of course, after pit stopping. Flat stick in now. He did save some fuel. He's managed to eke out an extra 2 laps on some of these guys and still had 50 in the tank. So this might allow him to close up a little bit on some of those boys that were out in front of him. Of course, he was battling pretty severely with Womble. Was it Buffer?
Womble.
Yeah.
So he's come out just in front of, just behind Moff there. So
Burning a penalty.
Bit of work to do there for him.
So we go back to Womble. So we do have a mixture of strategy here. We've got some 2 stoppers and 1 stoppers. Grassies is the leaders of the one stoppers at the moment. But Ghost is closing in on him very quickly. Yep. Buffer in fourth, solid drive. Assuming another one of the one stoppers.
Getting into the pits now.
Okay, our leader pits. I believe maybe most of these one stoppers will be pitting either this lap or next. I think we've just seen Magnet pull into pits.
Yep.
As well. Well, nice move there by Shizer. Clears Buffer out of the way.
Puts him in a podium spot here.
It's really hard at the moment to work out exactly where everybody sits, but once we get our second stops out of the two-stop guys, obviously things will clear up a bit, but at this stage, it is Ghost leading the way. Commanding lead over Womble, who owes us a pit stop, so at this stage, things panning out perfectly for Ragged Edge Racing to collect the whole swagger points again in BMW. Womble in second, still yet to stop. I'd say Womble will be coming in this lap.
Yep. If he's got any chance of making the way home, you'll definitely be thinking about that pit stop now.
Now, from memory, most of these guys will be sort of filling up to around, what were we saying, around that 75 sort of.
Yeah, 70. Yeah, between 70 and 80 kilograms
Yep.
of fuel.
Should get them through the last 10 laps of the race. We've just passed the halfway mark with 14 minutes 20 to go. So he's splitting this race right down the middle, Womble. Team gets to work, fresh set of tyres, some fuel, some 50-odd litres to go in. Be interesting where he rejoins here. As I said earlier, he was in a very close battle with Flatstick earlier.
And here they go. They're going to be neck and neck, I think, just as they come out. Yep,
There he goes.
Chase just clears it.
So that battle to be continued there. Of course, now Womble, once he gets tyre temperatures up, will be in the fresher car. Well, Jim Bob's still sitting in third there. So once these pit stops have started to sort of filter through, he's found himself in a solid third position in front of Grassies.
Shizer here looks to be the big winner out of that so far. In
Yeah.
terms of the rest of the field, who's given himself a second spot in this race. So,
well, he's got a 1.7, 1.8 second lead over Jim Bob at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that gap. Grassies, who's rejoined after his what's probably to be his only pit stop. Some 17 seconds behind the leader. Now, Ghost has to pit again. I'm not too sure what pit stop times are like through here. Maybe some of our more experienced viewers might be able to let us know what a quick splash and dash pit stop, how much time that takes up. But it could bring them in closer. Remembering that Ghost had a lead of about 3 seconds before all these pit stops started to take place. Grassie's about 4 seconds ahead of Flatstick, who is side by side with Womble.
Where
these
have we
two.
seen this before? Here we go.
Oi.
Uh-oh. Easy now, gentlemen.
Reminds me a bit
Yeah,
of the
Womble
movie I
gets
was
it
watching
done.
last night. There we go.
Oh,
Pulls the
Brainache.
move.
Oh. Brainache almost had a look at Chase as well.
Yeah, he wanted a piece of the pie too.
It's been a
But,
three-way battle
as
here.
we know, he's like a dog with a bone, old Chase sometimes. He's going to go around the outside here.
Oh.
That's great driving, guys. It's exciting to watch. This is the battle for fifth. all the way through the field. Every position counts. These guys will fight it out to the end. We maybe go through the field a little bit further back again. Have a look at, they've really spread out back here. Here's the new guy, Magnet. Holding a solid 8th. Well done, mate. Did get to experience some bumper-to-bumper racing a little earlier on. Buffer holding a solid 9th. Pruski in 10th. And the boys. The Moff has now managed to get in front of Excalibur. And he'll try and keep Excalibur in the rear vision mirror for the rest of the race. And he'll have bragging rights for yet another week. Can't Aaron get stuck into it?
Oh, he's got a penalty to deal with now, so that won't help his chances one bit.
No. And faster jet. Have we lost someone?
No, 13 cars.
13
It's
cars.
all good. Everyone's there.
Thought we had 14. Better. Okay, so the plumber here, 8 seconds lost for tyres only and fuel for Ghost. So that's a comfortable lead if that's the case. Whoop, whoop. That's close to penalty territory there. He's picked up a penalty, which he burns down that back straight. Front straight, sorry, successfully. Oh, almost all of it, not all of it. Eesh.
Jeez.
He got himself a bit crossed up just coming off the final corner there and got onto that green slippery stuff on the inside. Borrowed a bit too much track. Really got away with one there. He could easily have turned that car around as he burns the rest of that penalty off. Holding a 12-second advantage at the moment over Shizer. Trying to remember if Shizer was a 2-stopper or a 1-stopper. Ghost is definitely a 2-stopper.
If memory serves me correct, Shizer is a 2-stopper, but he's leaving it pretty late.
Yep. Now, Grassy's was one of the 1-stoppers, and he's 3 seconds behind Shizer. What am I seeing now? We're seeing Magnet had popped up for me in position 5, now position 6.
Yep, no,
Jim
that's all
Bob
good.
managed to scoop past him. So we can't get a replay of that as they came side by side, essentially up the inside. Turn 6.
That Flatstick who's, he's had a big off. Oh, he's had a huge off.
Oh, has he?
Yep. Just going up the hill there in that double right-hander, he's gone way off on the inside there. He's on the grass. He's just managed to get it back on in front of traffic. Oh, Excalibur had nowhere to go there.
Whoosh.
Bit of an unfortunate redress there. Might get looked at, I believe, by the stewards.
Don't know if I'll get any of... well, we're seeing him there up on the grass. This was the fear. He was putting together a really nice race, and that rejoin there. Look, he's blind coming up that hill, I suppose.
Cost him.
That's really unfortunate, but it will be looked at. That's unfortunate there. Race done for Flatstick. A lot of hard work undone.
Shizer and Ghost have just pitted, which gives Grassy's the lead here by a slender 1.7 seconds. Will it be enough to hold him off? Oh, Grassy's almost gets into the grass there. And he's got a penalty for it, so that's not going to help his chances one bit again, as Sean will barrel right down on him here as they come up to the straightaway, when Grassy's will have to burn that penalty.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is essentially the race of the line now. We've got Grassy's with a minor penalty to burn in front of Ghost, who is in a much fresher car as a result of a 2-stop strategy. You would think he'd have enough car under him to get the job done. He's showed a clear pace advantage all the way through the race, even when they were all on with even cars beneath them, so to speak. But funny things have happened. Passing's not easy to do here. But he's probably going to have his first look here coming into turn 1 as Grassies takes that inside line. Burns a penalty, and there he goes. Boom. Hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but that's pretty much the race run and done right there. Something pretty drastic would have to happen for Ghost to not take victory here at Interlagos in round 4 of the BMW Championship. Really, it's been a pretty dominant performance, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's well deserved. He's just shown the field what he's got, and yeah, he's just absolutely buried the foot into the firewall, and he's just left them all for dead.
He has. Now, Grassie's well disappointed with that penalty. We'll be thinking second position is good points. Let's not do anything to risk it from here.
Got Womble here in a 3rd position. Which
Womble in 3rd.
Terrific to see.
Fantastic. Green Beacon. I don't know if this is the same car as last week or not. I think he may have been in the same orange livery, but that maybe not. Another schmick looking bit of artwork on that car again. That is a stunning performance from Womble. Sitting in 4th, Jim Bob.
Got Shiza Hughes on a purple lap. Trying to barrel down here on our Jim Bob for 4th place. Which should be a stellar return for him from the van.
Well, these two boys are 2 stoppers, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to remember again if Womble was a 1 stopper or a 2 stopper. Maybe if we get a quick look at the cars there, Pete, if you could just let us know what sort of fuel load Womble's got and what his tyres are like.
Womble's clear to go. He's got just over a quarter tank. He's good to go to the line.
Would he have been a 2 stopper or a 1 stopper though?
He'd have been a 1 stop because he would have pitted a couple of laps ago, but he hasn't. So he's definitely had the 1 stop. He's good to go.
Where the 2 behind, would their tyres be a fair whack fresher?
Just marginally. Shizer's got the best of the 3, but it's only by a margin. Only marginal, rather.
Yeah.
They are lighter on... Oh, no, they're about equal on fuel too, so...
Yeah, well, Womble's looking solid for 3rd here. Looking real solid for a podium finish. He's got 5 seconds over Jim Bob at the moment. That's a big gap to close in what's essentially going to be another 2 to 3 laps at most. We run through the field. Ghost in 1st. Masterful performance. 3.3 seconds ahead of Grassies. Womble. He might have something to say about this. He's definitely closing up on Grassies, who's, of course, on the slightly more worn tyre.
Yep.
That 2nd position is up for grabs.
We definitely licking his lips at the prospect of this.
As Shiza now has a red hot go at Jim Bob. He's got the inside line. Jim Bob will try and carry that speed on the wide line, of course, again.
He's got the job done.
He's done it. Well done.
But it's going to still leave him open here for a pass on the next, just after sector 1 there.
Yep.
As Jim goes around the outside, he thinks better, he goes around the inside. Is he going to get the run? He is.
He is. That one is...
Has it left him wide? Oh.
He caught a little bit too much of the inside curb there, Shiza, and it just spat him out. Yep.
As you see, Womble still peppering Grassies here. 0.4 now.
Just quick check again with 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, he's right on the bumper now, so if he's going to make it happen...
He's going to have to make it happen soon.
Yeah, he's going to have to make it soon. So we've got probably this one and 1 more to go. Just want to have a quick check behind again as we see Buffer here in 6th with Magnet. Hold on, mate, in 7th position, fighting for 6th. It's a fantastic debut.
Solid debut from him there.
Yep. He's taken it all in his stride, and he's just played a nice, safe, conservative hand, and he's put himself firmly in the midfield.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Womble's going to make a running on the outside.
Yep.
Can he make it
stick?
up?
He's tucked in behind. We have seen guys hold that outside line in the past. It's risky, but it's been done.
Could he make it happen here, though? If he gets enough toe. Here he comes.
Sorry.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Job done, second place.
There we go.
Terrific performance from Womble there. That's...
Well, I don't know if he's had a better performance, to be honest.
Oh, if he can close this off, I think it will be his best finish.
Well, fellas down at Red Mist will be getting the champagne off ice by now, I would have thought.
I would have thought some cold, hard
Of course.
Green Beacon beers.
Of course, I stand corrected. What was I
Do with
thinking?
the champagne. There. As Sean here goes through Jinsao, he's going to go for the last turn here with a solid 7.3 second lead as he comes to just about to his last lap.
Yeah, I think he's going to get another one in.
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting one. I think
So he might get a
top
lone
three-
lap in there.
Top 4 would probably get their one lap in, or top 5 rather, because Shies is on Jimmy's case. They'll probably all get this lap in.
Jimmy's
Unless I'm
managed to
mistaken.
just put a few car lengths in there. Don't give up there, Shies. Stay on it.
One more lap to go.
Here we
Jim
go.
Bob. Oh, he's got a penalty too. Both of them have got penalties. Huh.
Just cut that inside again, maybe too tight.
Shies.
Okay, so we've had Buffer
There we
finish
go.
in 6th with Magnet 7th. So these boys are now done. They've completed their laps. It's our top 5 that will get to battle it out for one more lap. Brainache, the Moth, Pruski in 10th. As we rejoin.
Womble's pulling away here from Grassy's 1.8
He has.
seconds.
Yeah, Grassy's now on the worst of it. Tyre-wise, that one stop. Well, tell you what, in the end, that 2 stops proven to be a successful strategy.
Yeah, Jim Bob's almost out of fuel here, so there's definitely that penalty. Definitely didn't want that. On top of his fuel woes, Shies is just going to be able to pull away.
Yeah, he's
just
danced
got
away
that-
here.
He's just got that little bit extra where he can just seal the deal here and cement 4th spot.
Oh, congratulations to him tonight. Ragged Edge Racing clock up another win.
Back to back.
Yep, something tells me there'll be a chance in the next race too. So, race 1 tonight, BMW Championship, sees Ghost take out another win. Fantastic drive. Commanding victory.
Well done, mate.
8
Good job.
seconds ahead of probably he's going to be my driver of the race, Womble. Lights
Stellar effort
flashing.
from Womble. He'll be absolutely thrilled with that one.
Grassy's very good drive from Grassy's, but Shizer.
Yeah, Shizer.
What am I
What a
saying?
return.
Well done, Shies. Great drive, mate. Old fella
Jim Bob,
who's
who is
still got some
just
fight in
creeping
him.
home. Jim Bob just on
Jim
vapor
Bob's
here, just trying
limping.
to not cut it out fuel here.
Come on, Jimmy.
That's the stuff.
Well done, mate. Well, there we go, guys. Look, they probably spread out a little bit, but there was some interesting racing there from the usual suspects. Driver of the day, Womble. Yeah, it's tough to argue against that, isn't it?
No,
Just-
definitely not, mate.
He really caught me by surprise. Like, he was in that midfield battle for quite some time, but he's obviously made a heap of time somewhere, saving fuel in the pits, whatever it might have been. And next thing I knew, bang, there he was in a fresh car closing in on the top 3 and finishes
Well,
second.
I did notice he was using less fuel rather than most of the field,
Yep.
so that definitely would have helped a lot in moving up the field. But well done to him, second place.
Well, that's going to be a big whack of points for him. I'm just going to quickly bring up the points to see
Mountain
what
of
we're sort of
confidence
looking
well
at
built
there.
up.
Yeah, well, he was sitting in that sort of 5th position. He's gonna close right in on that top 4. Grassy's with points again. So yeah, that's a great result for him. Well done. Good bag of points for the team, for himself. But yeah, look, as I say, as far as the race win side of thing goes, dominant by Ghost there. He killed the race off pretty early. And most of the entertainment had to come from midfield. Usual suspects, Chase and Buffer. And I wonder who finished in front of the father-son duo there. Who's got bragging rights for this week? I think Moff may have got him.
Good question. I think he did.
Yeah. As we quickly have a look, guys, we'll leave BMW World for now. That's a great opening race to lead us into the main event tonight, which is, of course, the Ferrari race. Pete, thanks very much again.
All good.
For helping us
you guys
out.
have a good call.
Thank you.
Anytime. Have a good call, boys, and I'll see you the next one.
Done, mate. Thanks again.
Have a good one, boys.
So we move on to the Ferrari 458. We are joined by the good doctor. Good doc, how are you, mate?
G'day, mate. How you doing?
Good. Looks like you got to watch most of that BMW race.
Yeah, I stuck me in over the fence. Had a bit of a watch while the guys were doing practice laps over here. Looked pretty good.
Yeah,
Goes with another pretty good win there for the Ragged Edge car.
Yeah, he's taken the control of that championship by the scruff of the neck. He's pretty impressed with the new driver in the championship there, Magnet. Drove a very solid race. Didn't try to do anything too spectacular in his first outing.
Way to debut, really, isn't it? In top 10.
Yeah, you know,
some solid points for the team.
That's it. And a really impressive drive from Womble. And look, Grassies as well. Different strategy. Didn't quite work for him tonight, but another podium finish. And Shizer. Very happy with Shizer's performance tonight, finishing fourth. Let everybody know he's still around. Quick look, guys, at some points as we start to prepare for tonight's Ferrari race. And we see our table here with 1S Maverick leading the way with a Maverick leading the way there with 41 points. Black Project, who had a fantastic race last week, 40 points. Just the Atom, who I believe was our winner last week in what was an incredible race, 39. Yep. Old Wakey, 38 points. Berry, V8, Scooter, all very tight, really. There's not much between any of these guys, and tonight's race is going to bring out all the big players, mate. We've got Mountain Goat tonight. We've got DB making a return from the wilderness.
He's off the back of the grid tonight too, DB.
Off the back of the grid, which is going to make for interesting racing as he tries to work his way through the field. But, yeah, with the V8 back into this group as well, it's going to be fast. It's going to be entertaining.
A lot going on at the top end, I think.
I would imagine what are the sort of early signs indicating? We've got a quick V8 out on track, I think. Is that right?
Yep. He's been up there. Mountain Goat's pretty quick as well. DB's just come out and smacked him with a 130 flat.
Right on.
Not that it's going to do him any good, but...
No. Alrighty, as we have a quick look at team points there. Cornerstone, 195, leading the way. Force Performance, 167. Lucky's Lawn Care and the sister team together locked away at 164. There's a battle, an internal battle. Bragging rights on the line. Deeds, 161. CJ Esports at 146. Obsession, 135. And then we have the rest of the teams there in Ragged Edge, Red Mist, Aussie Hampton Racing, Dadson Racing, Counter Punch, Blacklight Motorsports, and Death Grip Racing, bringing up the rear of the field there. While we do have it, and we will take full advantage of all the hard work done by the boys today, we do have combined points. There we go. And this is just an idea of combining both the BMW Championship with the 458 points, leading the way, Deeds Racing. Complete outfit, that one. At the moment, they've got no weak points. Lucky's Lawn Care, Cornerstone Performance in third. Racing Cars Like Legends in fourth. Dadson Racing, Ragged Edge Racing, CJ Sports, Blacklight midfield. Not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
No, can't complain about that. What you can complain about is being second last. Obsession, Death Grip Racing, Red Mist, Force Performance, and Counterpunch second last. Aussie Hampton Racing sitting in 14th. Pardon me. Okay, are we prepared to go? How are we looking?
Qualifying is just about to get underway. We've got a couple of seconds before they get out onto the track. And, yeah, we'll go racing in Ferrari land. Carrots, we're on top, what? Yeah, mate, you've making some good points there with Muffin Man there in the BMW series. He's banging out some solid points. And yourself and Morgan in Ferrari up in there, consistently up the top of B and into Group A as well. That's what does team points well in the end of the day. Consistency. You guys are up in the top half of the town.
That's what it's all about. Consistent performance across the 4 drivers. No standards required, no weak points or no weak links in the change, and next thing you know, you go, whoa, we're in the lead. They head out to start what should be an enthralling qualifying session.
Yep. So a bit of housekeeping here. DB is going to go around and do a nice slow lap for me. It's going to put him on the back of the field. So we won't even need to red flag tonight, guys. We're going to go straight into the race, which works out really, really well for everybody. We have tentatively fixed the start line issue with CB19.
Okay.
He's been having a couple of issues early in the last couple of rounds where the car's getting stuck on the grid in the race, and all 3 test starts so far tonight, his car's been off the grid quite happily, so hopefully we fixed it. So we should get a good start out of him tonight as well.
Just the Adam manages to spin on the outlap.
Well, if you're going to do it, that's the time to do it. Maverick's about to lead him round to go around for the first time. He's in form too at the moment, Maverick. He's been in the low 30s all night, right up in the top 2 or 3.
Well, he showed us real speed last week, didn't he?
He did.
Showed he could compete with the very quickest. I'm expecting big things again from Big Guns. I think he's due to turn it around again. I don't know if this is a track that suits. I worry about what's going to happen once those tyres wear again. Oh, we may have lost Berry there.
Oh dear. Oh, it's not good.
So we won't be going straight into
We won't be.
a race start, unfortunately.
Oh, that's no good.
So we're going to have a little bit of extra work to do tonight.
That means I have to do my homework now in between qualifying and racing. I have to copy the screen grid and everything. Thanks, GT. Thanks, Australian Internet. Anyway, so they're going around for their first lap. I don't think he's going to get back on the grid, though. I don't think it lets you back in once qualifying started.
No, that's qualifying done for him, unfortunately, which means he'll be starting second last.
Will it start him on the grid, though? Or do I have to red flag the race?
Good question. Let's maybe let them get to the start and see what happens.
Yeah.
But Maverick now, final corner, as he's going to complete the first of our flying laps. Set a standard for the rest of them to chase at 1:30.97. Not a bad start from Maverick there. Mountain Goat
goes to top.
Goes top, 30.4. With Scooter in just two, I reckon it might be just the 2/10 behind. Not a bad first lap from Black Project there. Your man coming off a solid performance last week.
He's been up and about it.
It's nothing like confidence. Confidence breeds confidence. It all starts to seem a little bit easier when you're in that frame of mind.
DB crosses the line with a 1:42 flat. Good lap there from DB to get him on the back of the grid. Thanks very much. It's all going to be not worth it though at the end of the day. We're probably going to have to red flag the race and set the grid manually anyway, but okay. We were on the right track, guys.
Right, as we join Maverick, who's leading the pack here, he's just about to come to the final corner again.
He's looking good pace again tonight.
He is.
The Bad Doctor's showing some form too at the moment. He's currently sitting in P5.
Similar
this is one of his favourite tracks.
To the BMW boys here. They're all sort of coming at the end of a first lap. Not all.
He sets a
Maverick
31-1.
and B8.
Goes to 4th, they're walking. CB19 goes to 6. It's bump Bay Doctor down 2 spots.
Black Project.
GK and P9.
P9. Of course, these guys just coming in for tyres. No fuel, just trying to lighten the car up as much as possible. Find good track position. Maybe in behind one of the proven speedsters to get a tow. Or a clear track. Definitely don't want to sit behind somebody you've got a speed advantage over. Realistically, you're only getting about 2 to 3 laps of give this a real crack. You want to make those laps count.
Alright, just setting up all my gear around here, guys. Now I actually have to be a proper race director for a little bit, so it takes a slightly different approach than the laid back one I was just doing just now. Got to get ready to save my screen grab of the leaderboard.
Go, Maverick again. It's just after an out lap. So at the moment, Mountain Goat with that 130.4 still leading the way. Scooter in second. Maverick third.
It's pretty tight at the top end of town though. It's 0.2 of a second is the gap between Scooter, who's been very quiet tonight actually. He's been in and out of practice. Haven't seen much of his laps, but this is looking good for Judson Racing Team backers.
Maverick's just set a purple first sector. J6. Double right-hander who's done that well. Doesn't drift too wide. Down to second gear. Takes that infield hairpin well. Done a good lap here. Come up to the second sector. Timer was purple first sector. What has he done in this second sector? It's looked all pretty clean. Ticks it over. It's a personal best, not purple, but 3/10 quicker, which would mean there's only about a 1/10 behind Mountain Goats. There's nothing in it. If he's managed a good run out of that final corner, every chance he's going to go top. Second for sure. Going to push Scooter back a spot here, I would have thought.
Scooter's purple through the final sector though, guys.
He's managed it.
Wait for Scooter. And V8 goes to the top.
Goes to the top.
130.4. Great lap there from V8. Watch for Scooter though. Here he comes.
Oh,
goes to second. 130.1.
Yeah.
Mountain Goat goes on top as well. Knocks him off.
as well.
Happy hours just started, guys. So Mountain Goat with Scooter right behind him. Have just smashed their way up to the top. That's now putting out 0.3 of a second back to V8 in third now. Maverick fourth. Shows these guys a bit further back now. We've got some work to do. Old Wakey's now a second behind in fifth position. A little bit of work to do now.
Yeah, but from fourth to first is only 3/10. So that top four have clearly set a standard the rest of the field's going to have to close up on, because there's a good 6/10 behind from fourth to fifth. Looking at guys like Darkside, just the Atom. Black Project, even Jordan there, hard soft. Time to go, boys.
A couple of these guys are a little bit off their personal best times. I see the Bad Doctor now currently position number 8. He's done a 31.388 is his best lap so far, but he's been in the low 30s tonight already too, so he might have something to throw at us in the last couple of laps.
Here to complete a lap. We've got him on camera and
he's improving.
I think
this
it might be
should be
quickest.
better again.
Yep,
it
31
is. Goes
flat.
to fifth.
Hold on. Now top four have all come in with around half a tank still in there. So the real quick laps, 5 minutes to go in qualifying, they're about to come.
Yep.
got all the expected suspects up there. Mountain Goat, Scooter 82 V8, Maverick.
Ooh.
There's the
Black Project
131
goes to
start.
seventh.
Yep.
Ooh, makes me happy. See my two cars there. What are they now? 6 and 8. Just the Adams just jumped everyone to 4th. He's back, guys.
There
He's
he
going to try and
is.
back up that win from last round.
It's a bit of he's a bit of an enigma.
He is, isn't he? Must be the new paint job. They do say red cars go faster.
Yeah.
He's had a change from black to red over the last 2 rounds, and suddenly he's winning races and right up the front of the field. So
Just on his own. There's no toe there. He's in 4th, 9 1,000ths of a second behind V8. A sheet
close.
of paper. And that means that essentially Maverick now down to 5th, who's only 3/10ths off the lead. So a
He's
third of a
about to-
second covers our top 5.
so Maverick's just about to finish his out lap, so he's about to go round, but the bad doctor's right on his back bumper at the
Watching,
moment on a
yep.
fast lap. Has he got a toe? Doesn't look like he's going to get there in time. No, not quite. He's 0.7 a second slower than his best lap. So, Old Red Miss Racing seems to be the bit of the late season charging team at the moment with Womble's great effort in the BMWs.
Yep.
Now, Justy Adams trying to back up a win from previous round.
Yep.
They're on a bit of the return run at the
Going over
moment.
the wet sail.
Good to see.
Of course, for the first time this season, or first time in what seems like a long time, I've got something to watch tonight's race. DB,
Yep.
who went around in the GT Sport Worlds earlier this morning.
He got stiffed pretty bad, I hear.
Yeah, he got given probably the slowest car in the world to drive. He gave it everything he had.
So at the moment we've got Mountain Goat and Scooter still one behind the other on track, and they're actually just behind V8 as well. He'd be hating life at the moment with those two quick guys right behind him getting a tow. But CB19, he's done a good job as well. He's currently in 9th position. He's tacked on the back of these guys that are the top 3, so very smart operator at the moment to get himself a decent tow
V8's just
behind guys.
yeah. Sorry, mate. I was just thinking V8's
You're right.
just far enough out in front of Scooter here to not be helping him too much. Although that's closed up a little bit now. But with 2.5 minutes to go, essentially this lap, no, they might get another 2 in.
Mountain Goat's on a quick one, guys. This looks like a very quick lap, actually. This could be a 29. It's going to be close. Not quite, maybe. It's going to be real close.
It's going to be close to 30.5.
30.5.
So no improvement. CB9 improves to the world of the 30s, 130.5.
P6. That's that
Yep.
toe working for him. Let's see what his first split's like. CB19.
Okay, we've got a purple
He's better
sector
again.
for Scooter.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's gone purple. He's got a good little toe. He's sitting behind. Who's he behind there?
Bad Doctor and V8. So Bad Doctor's come out in the middle of this out of the pits. He's on an outlap on fresh tyres. So he's actually popped himself out into a really interesting spot on the track at the moment. He's the same sort of benefit as CB19 there to get a tow from these really, really quick guys. That said, though, Scooter's not going to be liking the fact he's in front of him either,
No.
because he's just cutting up that air. Oh, on the exit there too. Scooter really unstable on the exit.
I think he just got a little bit concerned about the gap closing too quickly.
And again,
Damn.
he's into the back of him.
Yeah,
Yep, bang.
yeah. He was purple. That's probably put an end to that. See, as we can see up in the distance there, V8 about to complete another flying lap. Does he improve? Sitting in 3rd at the moment.
Walkie there
No
goes to
improvement.
7th. He does,
He
to the top.
130.6.
V8. Mountain Goat knocks him off again. There they are. So Mountain Goat just really cementing his position in the Group B field at the moment.
Didn't quite get to see whether V8 got turn 1 right there or whether he's run a bit too deep. He's pulling off the track. He's done. Yep.
Yep,
He
pulled
didn't
over.
quite get that first corner right.
Black Project improves to a 30.9 for position number 8. Justy Adam improves again with a 30.4. That gets him back into 4th position now as well in front of Maverick.
Yeah.
Very solid. Where's Maverick at the moment?
Maverick in 5th.
He's on the back end of the circuit. This will be Maverick's last lap because he's running out of time. Time is up.
Well,
So
we might follow him all the way to the line, and then we'll be able to pick up Scooter as well, who's on a flyer. He looked keen to set another flying lap. EBM Mitch 131.8. That's going to pop him in around somewhere 10th to 12th perhaps.
11th Mitch is.
11th. All eyes
Just
on
out of the
Maverick.
10.
Here he comes, final corner. Jump on board. See how much of this little bit of the corner he borrowed. Yeah, he took a little bit of real estate. 2 tyres. No, 4/10 outside his personal best. Maybe
Yeah, he'll
tyres
come across the line.
just off the boil. Scooter
Looking with the times.
holding the inside line. 130.8. Again, 0.6 outside his best. So maybe these guys just use the best of the tyre one lap earlier.
Black Project's improving on his lap by the looks of it.
Yep.
He might be able to knock old Walkie off, but he's going to be close. He wasn't that far up. How big was the last sector for him?
He's got 3/10 to make up.
Not quite. He made up just over a 10th.
Yep.
That's about it then.
Yep.
So I'll quickly red flag these guys in a sec.
Yep. I'll leave
Once
you to
they've
do
all
your
run through.
hard work.
Well, DB's the last one on the track at the moment, so I can bring up the timing on my screen here and grab it to get the grid, because DB's not going to make any difference to it at all. Alrighty, so I will send myself that photo real quick, and then we can pop Mr. Berry back on the grid with the guys. So probably a couple minutes here, guys, while I get this organised real quick, and then we can go racing.
While we get that all organised, I'd just do a quick little review again of points now that we know where these guys are going to be starting from. Interesting to see that from that top 5 there, only really Maverick has managed to get himself into a decent qualifying position there. Oh, just the Atom, of course, qualified 4th. Berry, unfortunately, will be starting from the rear of the grid next to next to DB007. And V8 with a fantastic opportunity. He's going to be battling it out with Mountain Goat and Scooter. Maverick, of course, but it's an opportunity to turn around what's been a pretty tough season for V8. I'll be interested to see what sort of strategy he adopts. We spoke about it a little bit on the micro sector during the week about whether he adopted shorter stints, try to stay away from the worn tyres a bit more, which seems to be his Achilles heel at the moment. He's controlling the Ferrari once it loses optimum grip. Be interesting to see what he decides to do. Chat, if we've got any predictions, anybody willing to lay it on the line and let us know who they think comes away the winner tonight? The good Doc, what do you think?
Mountain Goat, I reckon, is going to win it.
Mountain
I think.
Goat? Yep.
Probably. I reckon Maverick will be on the podium, and just the Atom. As good as DB is, I don't see him getting through the field. Like, I'd love to be proved wrong. 'Cause it's going to be fantastic to watch, but it's a really, really hard field to get through from the very back. So,
Yeah.
I'd love to see him get through it, and it'd be awesome if he does. But I just don't see it happening. It's a pretty extreme drive
It would be.
against these guys, especially.
Yeah.
So just setting the grid now, guys. It won't take me a couple of minutes, and then we'll get racing.
The top 5 there, they could easily be racing in that top group. We know they're quick enough to be doing that. And I don't know. I just got a feeling that just the Atom could really make a name for himself if he comes to win tonight. And be back-to-back victories. He seems to handle the pressure really well. I expect tonight's racing to be very close.
All
Whoever
right.
can keep a level head might come away with the chockies. How are we looking?
So grid order is Mountain Goat off pole with V8 next to him. Scooter and Justy Adam off row 2. Row 3 sees Maverick and CB19. Row 4 is Old Walkie and Black Project RX7. Row 5 is Darkside and Hearts off there in the top 10. Great job. Ebby and Mitch and the other Tyrone side out of row 6. And off row 7 we have Berry, who has just entered the race now with DB007 off the back.
There we
We're
go.
ready to go racing.
Fantastic.
And they've offered CB19 a push if needed, so good to see.
Ah, excellent.
Everybody's in, we're going racing. Let's go. Hopefully we can all get off the start.
And that would be one less thing to worry about. So what do we got? Troy's come in for a quick chat. Watch me crash first turn. Haha, let's hope not. And one stop. Interesting. Troy, you're a tool. Right, here we go. Well, I'm looking forward to this first lap. Here we go, lights are red. They're ready to go. Ferraris are singing. They're away. No, little nudge. Yes.
Oh, yeah, he got
Yep.
his nudge. Unfortunately,
Bit
there's
of-
box drivers up behind him again.
Yep, concertina effect there.
That's frustrating.
It is a little bit.
Oh, a bit of mix up in the middle there.
Oh, a little bit messy back there. Have they managed to get
Yeah.
through?
Yeah, they're through just.
Bit of
Berry's made up a lot of
side-by-side
spots,
Berry.
though.
Oh,
Oh,
sliding
hang on.
into each other.
I don't think they can see him. This is that good old GT Sport Sunday night.
Okay, you
Berry's
think there's
car
some-
isn't really there, sort of thing. By the looks of it.
Yep, there's a bit of,
Bit of argy-bargy there with the
Yep.
bad doctor.
like you say, it looks like they're almost stuck together.
I'll keep an eye on that. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it as the way
No.
it sits at the moment until they settle down.
Alrighty, we'll go to the front. Mountain Goat, your prediction. Away he goes. V8. Hot on the chase. Scooter 82 in third as they settle down, and Jesse Adam in fourth. Maverick fifth. So essentially, I think we're sitting pretty much where they all qualified. Oh, wide. Mountain Goat, lucky.
Lucky to get away with that sometimes there. You can grab a wheel on the grass and just flip the back end of the car around.
Can if you sort of just give it too much throttle, it can spin you pretty quick. So he leads the way, lap one.
Oh, DB's getting squeezed towards the inside of the fence there by Hard Soft down the front straight into turn one. He's going to grab him on the inside. Just pulls it up in time. No, Hard Soft's got the inside for the second part of the corner. He's going to run him wide. Oh, they're running wide.
I think you might cop a penalty from that.
Black Project's in with this as well. They're going to try to go three wide. This is not going to happen, boys. Look at this up further up to that three wide as well. Berry on the inside of Old Walkie Justy Adams. Berry's, what? Where's he now? Seventh. And working his way up through the field.
Start.
Look at this with the bad doctor as well.
Oh,
They're
wow.
swamping at him here at the moment. These
Yeah.
guys are crazy.
He's just found himself in that awkward position, and they're just all waltzing straight past him at the moment. He's lost 3 positions there. That's Maverick sitting in front of this group.
Front three scooted away though.
They have.
V8 there's got right in the back of Mountain Goat though. He's going to put some pressure on the kid. Get in there, Troy. But they're 1.3 seconds clear of Scooter, who's 1.7 seconds clear of Maverick.
Yeah, no, that's happened awful quick.
Just having a quick look at tyres and fuel for some of these guys at the moment, like I do. DB, he's looking a bit better for fuel than some of the guys in front of him, so I think he might be already in fuel save mode there, currently in position number 11. He's going to try and pick a few off through the pits.
On board with old Wakey. Just sitting in behind Maverick at the moment, so 6th, 5th and 4th. And tucked in behind, we got Berry, who's had an impressive start. He's up to 6th now.
Yep, that's a huge start from
It
13th
is.
on the grid.
Scooter's starting to apply pressure on Troy by the looks of it.
Who's in the background here behind Berries? You got Bad Doctor, you got Atom, and you got CB19 there, all fighting for position. Oh, one's way off the back. Who's that? Mitch. Mitch is out a bit of a mare there. He's come off somewhere bad. Other Tyrone there is just dropping off the back of the field a little bit. And Black Project is the recipient of the little bump.
Scooter's
bump start
really
for...
starting to apply pressure here up front. V8 will be feeling it.
Good. He's closed that gap up then.
Yep. They're only they're 1.9 behind the kid at the moment, but I think Scooter's a little bit worried about that gap. He's thinking if he can get in front of V8 and just remain in some sort of contact with Mountain Goat, otherwise he's just going to skip away. Here we go. He's going to have a go. Will he? Yes, he's taken the outside line. He has, and he's done it.
Done. Good move. Great move there from Scooter.
It is a possible
set that up.
Move that one. Yep, he did, and he did it perfectly.
What I really liked about the two is he gave V8 racing room on the inside as well. Let him get down the inside and let him stay in there too. Didn't try to squeeze him against the inside curb as V8 goes against the inside of turn 4. He's going to make it happen. Big slide there from the apex. Scooter's going to whip around the outside again. These guys are bleeding time though to Mountain Goat by doing this.
That's the problem, yeah.
Still side by side on the run into 6.
Well, it's doing two things. It's allowing the goat to skip away and it's allowing Maverick to close up.
Yep. And you don't want Maverick closing up because he's a send it kind of guy too. He's going to see a gap and go for it.
1.2 seconds, the gap from V8 to Maverick. I think V8's play here might be to just tuck in behind. Allow Scooter to draw him up to the kid as much as possible.
Well, the word on the fence too for the kid as well is he's really quick over a stint, but he does wear that tyre quite well.
Okay.
And he's prone to a bit of a spin late in the race apparently. Right. So keep an eye on that. He had that really bad luck last round where he basically screwed himself out of a guaranteed win. So we'll keep an eye on it.
Gonna go through and have a look. Barry's still sitting in 6th there with Darkside behind him. Oh wow, here we go. 3 wide again, this mob. Just the Atom.
DB's up there now. He's got to 8th now, so he's got up another couple spots. Picked off the Bad Doctor and CB19. He's on the move.
He is.
He's currently got the fastest lap with a 1:30.7. Thanks for coming.
Tough, isn't it, for a guy like DB in a race like this? He's got a speed edge, obviously, over the majority of the field, but they're still quick enough where he can't just waltz past them. You know, they want to be a nuisance, they can, and it'd be frustrating.
Yeah, well, they're entitled to race him too.
That's
the
exactly
thing.
right.
These guys are making it easy for him, though. Look at this, they're too wide. Oh, no, he's got boxed out again. Blocking him in there, the pair of them. Oh, he's gone. There he goes. What was it? Adam ends up off the road a bit there. I don't think they can see Barry because he just went straight to the side of him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
It's one of those horrible things about sim racing online in Australia. Just the internet can't quite hold it up. So there's going to be some awfully sad looking race cars by the end of this race, I reckon.
Yes.
But he does clear him, so that's P6 now for DB on the move.
Yep, on the move. 2
seconds to get up to the back of Walkie there. Just looking up further up the road, though, Maverick's got right on the back of V8 now for 4th. Just looking at V8's tyres. He just had lock lights come on for both front tyres. They're on the run into 1. It's another guy that's running on the weak ABS setting by the looks of it.
V8's just dropped off the back of Scooter a bit here.
I think his mind's about that white 458 from RCLL there in the rear vision mirror.
That's where the focus will be.
Oh, big slide there from V8. That's not what you need on the exit there. So Maverick's going to get a good run here. Here it is. Has a look. He's going to make a move.
Car perfectly. He just sat it right in the middle of the road there and kept Maverick guessing as to whether he was going to slam the door shut or not, and he did.
Oh, Maverick's really putting the pressure on. He just tapped the back end again. He's just tap Morse code on the rear bumper.
He's doing a great job. He could have easily tried to sneak into that gap before and it would have caused all sorts of mayhem, but he did the wise thing. He held back. He let V8 close the door. And as a result, he's right on him as they line up for this final corner. And this is where, if he gets the good run out of this turn, V8's nailed it.
Another quiet achiever there just in the background there for those guys is P5, Old Wakey.
Yes.
Had a really, really strong back half of the season at the Aussie Hampton Racing Ferrari team.
Who's got DB 1.2 seconds behind him now. Who's
in
coming
the
to pits. Right on.
DB's dived in. This is interesting. This is early. So he's going to try and get himself pitted and out of the sequence with the rest of these guys. Just tyres he took.
So Mavericks managed to get out in front of V8 as we watch the replay down the straight. Looks like he's just going to pull the classic up the inside of turn 1 move. Yep. And got it done pretty easy.
Okay, so
bit of
DB's
contact actually
out.
mid-corner. Wasn't all that easy after all. There was a little bit of contact, but nothing untoward.
DB's come out behind Black Project. They're currently position number 10.
Okay. And traffic.
So we got Black Project in front of him, and then in front of him is the Bad Doctor, who's 3 seconds clear of these guys,
so
who's racing CB19 at the moment.
Manages to clear Black Project quickly. Not too
Uh-oh.
bad.
Uh-oh. V8's had a problem. He's behind Old Walkie.
Oh. Yep,
That's
it started.
I can't see where it happened. It must have been early in the lap. Might have been a penalty burn out of lap 3, out of turn 3 maybe.
See if we can catch it on the replay. Yeah, no, he's already in 5th at this stage. Yeah, well, we're getting to that stage, aren't we?
Yeah, that rear tyre's actually hurt, so he might have had a big slide somewhere. He's in the pits. He's diving in. Okay, so trying to get the goodness in the car now for V8.
Be interesting to see what DB does and whether V8 should have followed a similar sort of strategy that one lap earlier.
Barry's come in as well. Good fuel save from V8 though, compared to the guys around him. So Barry's had to take a splash of fuel.
Barry's done the same. Barry's even better.
Well, Barry took a splash of fuel and V8 didn't.
Right.
Yeah. And they're going to come out around hard, soft, just the atom there. So where's Troy in regards to him? So Troy's basically come out about the same spot that DB did. He's come out right behind Black Project.
Oh, big slide. So, who's that?
Black Project. No, DB just clears the Bad Doctor as well, so he's on the charge at the moment with this fresh car.
All right, let's get our wits about us here as we try to regather.
Oh, CB19 has a bit of a wiggle as well, so DB's going to have a look at him as well now. He's going to grab them all. Position. Look at the inside. Okay. Suck to the outside now. CB runs him wide. He's going to get the inside now. So this will get it done. That's P5 now for DB. Purple sector as well. He's in good shape now, actually. He's going to prove me way wrong. Make me sound like a right wally here for ruling him out early.
Just watching a replay of the pass there on CB9. Round the outside, if you don't mind.
Mavericks in the pits. He's had a good fuel save. He's got 45 in the tank.
Made that look easy,
8 laps in. He's taking fuel now, so this is a different strategy again. He took a splash. Where's he going to come out in regards to the guys around him? Because he cleared DB. It's going to be close. DB goes past. DB's got him. That's P4. Where is he in relation to V8?
V8.
V8 goes past. He's come out behind him. That's critical.
Yeah.
He does have a slight fuel advantage on these boys.
He will. Have about a lap
Not by a lot though.
on him. Yeah.
Probably a lap, I reckon.
Yeah.
Looking at the gauges. DB just goes fastest again, guys, with the 130.627 there on lap number 8. So fresh tyres really working for him. Next car in the queue for him is Old Wakey, who's 5.3 seconds clear. So, but
keep an eye on that gap.
It's going to be close to Mountain Goat and Co when he comes through the pits, I think, because they're going to have to take fuel because they're sitting out longer and they're bleeding time to him a lap at a time now. They're doing 31s. And DB's just done 230s in a row, so he's not going to second a lap out of these guys at the moment. They're going to have to start thinking about where they need to get in and limit this damage a bit.
Scooter's done a decent job here, hanging on to Mountain Goat. 3.9
Goat's in.
seconds. Goat's in.
Scooter's in too, he goes with him. I'm expecting Wakey to go in as well. He does. So DB is going to assume the lead here, I think.
Slight fuel advantage there for Scooter over the other two. See if it's enough to make that pay.
Alright, Goat's on the way out. Where's DB in relation? I don't see him yet. Does he clear him? There's going to be a race on here though, I think. DB's out on the outside, he's going to clear him. DB's in the lead.
Bang. Right.
Goat comes out in P2 right in front of Troy there, but Goat's heavy on fuel as well because he's on that different strategy. Scooter's in behind Troy in front of Maverick. They've split these guys. So fuel watch now for DB is just on a third of a tank. Mountain Goat in position number 2 is 2/3 of a tank. So fuel in hand for Mountain Goat. And look at Troy right in the back bumper too. He's pressuring him. He wants to get through here now. He needs to get in front of him here to make this strategy work. TB just does a 130.2.
It is disgusting, but he's it's going to be interesting here. There's a bit of work to be done yet, but Mountain Goat's going to have to get a hurry along and try to not allow DB to skip away and gain time on him here.
I think what he'd like to do is get a little bit closer to his back bumper, just put a little bit of pressure on him at the moment.
Yep.
Because
of course,
the kid's
DB
quick.
Probably be coming in another 2 sort of laps, another 2 laps. We'd expect DB to be pitting again.
He's got over a quarter of a tank of fuel on board too, so I'm not so sure when he's actually going to pit next. As he goes faster again with a 130.19.
And now he's in clear track now. He's just stretching his legs out a bit.
That said though, Mountain Goat's lap was a 130.3 though, so he's on fire as well. V8 did a 130.7, but his best lap's a 130.3 on lap 9. Scooter did a 130.7, Maverick did a 130.7, so they're all quick.
Responded.
Wakey's come out in position number 6 there.
Very right.
He's low on fuel.
Here we go. Is
Berry
having a look up the inside.
The
Gets
invisible
past.
Forgotten Island car goes down the inside. I think Wakey might have been able to see him then actually, because he sort of let him in a little bit.
Yeah. Or
So maybe
he's
he's
just
not with
completely
everybody.
unaware that he's been passed. One or the other.
Could be that too.
The Aussie Hampton car slides down 1 spot. Down to 7th. We got Darkside sitting in 8th. He's in a bit of a lonely spot out here at the moment.
He'd be unhappy with that too, I guarantee it.
Yeah, at this track, this is one of his favourites. He's always been competitive here, and this car is showing signs of contact on the front end there. I wonder what sort of
That was
excursions.
Berry.
Yeah, okay. That's
He had
right.
a big grind up session with Berry there at the start of the race, so he's got a lot of body damage.
This
We're
is
not
a bit of a
100% sure it's legit.
turn up. Just the Atom down in 10th. And unfortunately, it seems like he's just had one of those races where nothing seems to go right. He got swamped early, and things haven't got better since.
It could be that. It could be the track too, though. There's one of these tracks that you either love it or you hate it
That's
too.
exactly right. It's a horses for courses one, this one. Said that before the BMW race. Some guys just take to it. Others don't. It's a strange one.
Just have a quick look at the World Championship for 13th position at the moment too. The other Tyrone versus EBM Mitch. So a couple of guys here that probably aren't on enough pace there to be up around the pointy end here, but they're having a great old time and having a bit of a battle there between themselves at the back there. So that's what you want to see. Find someone that's around the same pace as you and race them for everything you have.
Going to make myself extremely unpopular here and say I preferred the red rims, but anyway.
Mitch, hold on to it, buddy.
Yep. That's the beauty of it. You find somebody to race on track, and that's what it's all about. Doesn't matter. Well, not really. Doesn't bother me if I'm competing for second or for last, as long as you're having that competitive
Well, there
battle.
you go. Karen jumps in the chat there, says that VLX was missing for him last week on track as well, so it's not an isolated issue, unfortunately. It's just one of those things with the old Australian GT servers. They're not quite up to spec when it comes to this sort of thing, so it's probably a good thing that PS5 and GT7's a bit delayed. As Mountain Goat's actually closed a little bit on...
off the track.
Oh no.
It's unfortunate. Supercar got a big play.
He just did his fastest lap too, hard soft.
Just run. Coming into the double. Oh, just clipped the outside grass on the approach to 6.
That's all it takes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a clip there.
Well, maybe not 6, but
Wow. You want something to make you sick, guys? DB007. Lap 7 was a 130.7. Lap 8 was a 130.6. Lap 9 was a 130.2. Lap 10 was a 130.1. Lap 11 was a 130.5. And lap 12 was a 130.8. So he is on fire at the front of the field here at the moment. Just under a quarter of a tank of fuel. Tyres are looking about averagely worn for the amount of talk time they've been on there now. He's probably in for a stop in the next lap or so.
I think he's inspired the kid to respond, though. He's only 1.7
The kid has responded.
Behind.
Yeah, he's starting to go. Oh, big slide there from DB on the exit of 4. 5, 6, 7. Where are we? 8.
I think he's aware that these are the sort of lap times that he's going to have to produce in order to make this stick at the back end. If he's
yeah, these guys are going to be fairly close together because you've got to remember too that Goat has got just under half a tank of fuel on board. He's on a completely different strategy. He's doing 130s at the moment as well, so he's on rapid fire pace. So it's not quite DB's race to win yet.
Nope, he's got work to do as he comes in.
He's in the pits.
Yep.
Right, in he comes. I'll keep an eye on this stop and tell you what he does.
Yep. Scooter now started making use of himself in the back of V8 again.
I'm impressed with that front pack at the moment. Those guys are all still in with the shot of this race. Okay, so DB's come out with exactly half a tank of fuel on board.
All the way back to Maverick, who's still hanging on to the back of Scooter as well. Another great race by Maverick.
Oh no, DB's going to come out behind Wakey and Berry here, so that's 7th position. He's going to clear the bad doctor. He does, just. That's not ideal. I wanted to clear these two. They're having a bit of a ring-ding-dinger in front of him here.
He's got a bit of room to sort of look, calculate and assess before he gets to him. It would have been probably worse if he had popped out right behind them there as they're dueling away. This is going to give him an opportunity to maybe line them up.
And we're not sure if he can see Berry either, though. So it might be just Wakey in front of him there, and he's like, cool. 1 car to pass. That's not too bad. But can't take it away from Berry, though. He's having a great race. Currently P5. But he's on the fuel light, so it actually might work out all right for DB here, because I think Berry's going to dive in here and get out of the way. Wakey is just under a quarter of a tank of fuel.
So he'll be really just looking to get clear one of these two.
Oh, here comes DB. He's going to split him down the middle. Berry's going to try and get to the pits from here. Surely he's going to lift off the gas. He's going to come across.
He got caught wide.
Yeah, you can't see him because he just ran straight into the side of DB then. But DB's going to get Wakey down the straight as well, so he's going to go to 5th and clear these guys. That's 4th position now.
Not too much damage done there.
Oh, who's in? Oh, Troy's in.
Troy's in.
Auto 1 Ferrari coming out of the pits now. He's going to come out behind DB007 for sure. I can see him just driving off there in the distance. Looks like the bad doctor's going to clear him as well. Black Project, just the Adam. He's going to come out in about 10th, maybe 9th or 10th. But he's put more fuel on than DB as well, so he's got a slightly heavier car. He's going to come out in 10th position.
Going to come out just behind CB9 there.
Yep.
Way down in 10th.
But fresh tyres, good load of fuel on the car again, so he's going to play the long game for later in the race, as we just clicked over the 28-minute mark, so we're not quite at halfway yet.
Yeah, didn't seem to suffer too much the back end of that stint, V8. He's either come in maybe a little bit earlier in the tyres' life, but he's put together a good second stint. The kid out front, 2.5 second lead now to Scooter, who was right on V8's bumper prior to that pit stop.
So the Cyborg, the guy we always look to when it comes to pace and strat, says that DB is making the 4-stop work. So there we go, 4-stop for DB tonight. And he's currently purple at the moment. He looks like this is going to threaten a 29 by the looks of it. It's going to be very close. He's going to break everyone's heart and smack a 29 out of the park. Here it comes. Just into it. 29.912.
Oh, dear.
Everybody else just vomits into their helmet. Two drivers in tonight's field have the Cyborg strat data, both running different strats, so interesting to see how they go. Okay. I love the old Cyborg Race Clinic. Everybody sort of knocked on that door at one time or another throughout their career.
Yep.
I know I've partaken in some of his tune stats and that over the years.
Yeah,
so.
I think we're probably in a majority, not a minority there.
Yep.
So the top three are
Karen
fairly...
says it's disgusting.
Probably an even spread here with the top three, where there's 2.5 seconds from First Mountain Go to Scooter in second, and a further 2.5 to Maverick in third. DB was 6 seconds behind Maverick. He's now brought that in by a full second already, out on the fresh rubber. So he's only 5 seconds to Maverick up the road. Old Wakey in fifth. That's a good drive. That's a really solid drive from Old Wakey.
Yeah, he's been nice and quietly achieving, which is awesome to see. I love to see that the Aussie Hampton team sort of having a couple of results to be really, really proud of.
Yep, flying the flag high and proud. He's doing well for them. Black Project for Black Light. Putting in another
Bit of
stellar
recovery
drive here. Yep, in sixth. That's a great drive. He's just got some
He's going to pit now.
pretty quick guys behind him. He's going to have to contend
Adam's going
with.
to pit. That'll release Troy, I think, as well, behind him.
He's gone around again. He's got just the Adam and V8 closing in behind him. Just quickly have a look at here at just the Adam and V8. V8's looking a little bit jumpy.
DB went again with a 29.841 there for the fastest lap.
Right.
So he's not hanging around. He's just done 3 29s in a row.
V8 up the inside, gets it done.
Nice position change there.
Nice.
Jussie Adam just behind him there on the fuel light. Mavericks on the hunt as well, just behind them. The Black Project is on absolute vapour there in 5th position at the moment, so he'll be in the pits very shortly. But he's actually 4.3 seconds off the back of Wakey, who's yet to pit as well. So he's actually playing a bit of a long game here at the moment, getting himself back into the race. Obviously he had that horrible start where he got bump started and then sort of went back to the back of the grid. So another guy on the move.
Yeah, there's no doubt there, Morgan. He's in the zone, DB. When you get that 10th after 10th after 10th improvement, he's zoned in.
Kid's in. 13 in the tank for the kid as well, so a good fuel save again from him.
Is going to allow DB to once again assume lead of the race.
Yeah, he'll zoom past. But I'm sure that the kid here will probably fill up to 2/3 of a tank again. He's going to run that 3-stop strat. So he's only going to have us one more stop after this. He does, 3/4.
Territory. Got away with it.
So he's looking very comfortable to get out here in 2nd or 3rd, maybe. He looks like he's going to clear the rest of the field here. The kid on the pit exit now, guys, just coming out of turn 3. He's cleared him. He's cleared Troy. Scooted in the background. It's right beside him on the run down the hill, on the run down the straight to turn 4. V8 stays in front. So he's currently 3rd now, slightly out of sequence for these guys.
Those two are in the exact same position they were prior to that last round of pit stops.
Yep.
V8 tucked in behind, Scooter tucked in behind V8. Whoop. Gets a little bit slidey there, Scooter. Gathers it up.
Barry's still P6 at the moment too. They've dropped off the back of this front pack now, so this will be the other race within the race. So
Yeah.
6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. They're all fairly close to. There's a little bit spread out now, a bit of a fan going on, but they're all in relatively close contact to each other still.
Yeah, I
So
think
the Bad Doctor's in 8th now.
qualifying times sort of showed us that this top 5, along probably with just the Adam who slipped back and then DB who's probably taken his spot there, had a slight edge in speed and they've sort of cleared away. But what we are looking like we're going to get is a red hot finish.
Yeah.
These guys are gearing for the end of the race. I don't think anybody's going to waltz or run away with this one.
The DB at the moment is now 10.6 seconds clear of the field, but he does owe us an extra stop on these guys as well, so he needs to build himself a gap. They say the transit time is 10 seconds, so he needs probably a 15, 16-ish second gap, I think,
Which
to really
means
get out
that
in front.
pile of 29s and 30s that he put in has really brought him into this race now.
Exactly. So the GOAT now in 2nd position, he just needs to keep a clear head at the moment and not try and chase him down. He needs to just get solid laps, look after the car.
Yeah.
and let the race come to him. And this is where this race driver part comes in, because you're going to want to chase the guy in front of you. You know you're on fresher rubber, and you're going to want to try and chase him down, but you need to remember not to overextend, because he'll get you on the back end of the race.
The only concern for him is going to be that towards the back end of the race, you'd expect DB to have the fresher car
He'll have
as
a much
well.
better car. He will. He'll be in a later stop than these guys, so he'll have a light car with really good rubber at the end of the race. So even if these guys all clear him, he's going to be in probably the best package on the track.
Yeah.
I think he's the only guy doing the 4-stop. I think everyone else is on a 3-stop.
Yeah.
So, but this little front pack still nice and tucked in close together. So you got Scooter there in third, V8 in fourth, just on a second behind him, and then Maverick's right on his back bum now. So Maverick's starting to put some pressure on. Needs to make a move here shortly. He'll be loving life though, gritting his head off in that white Ferrari. Sarbog says he needs like 16 seconds.
16. Okay. Well, we're seeing a bit of a repeat, unfortunately, again for V8 here. Here he goes, sliding, and that's allowed Maverick through. Just the back end of the stint again as the tyres start to go for him. Proves so costly. Not a lap and a half ago, he was in front of Scooter and now dropped 2 spots.
So Rocky says that the Mountain Goat and Co have a 1 more stop to go at 20 seconds or more, and DB has 2 more at so they had 13 laps to go, and he needs a 16-second gap to really solidify this win. He's just about out of fuel again, so he's going to have to go in. So Mountain Goat's doing the right thing at the moment. He's sticking with him. Lap times,
it's only 3/10, I think. Yep, 10.3 seconds.
Lap 18 from the Mountain Goat was a 1:30.3. DB was a 1:30.4. Lap 19, which is the lap we're just finished now, was a 1:30.8 there for Mountain Goat and a 1:30.75 for DB. So Mountain Goat's got the pace to stay with him, and that's on way more fuel but better tyres. So DB will be in now.
Yep.
This will be another fill now to about half a tank-ish.
So we might see DB pop out somewhere behind V8 here, perhaps.
It'll be right on around the V8. Well, V8's in again.
He's in again. So behind Maverick. As we watch Maverick come through what am I talking about?
Turn 1.
Mountain Goat. Mountain Goat's cleared him.
Yeah, they're all 3 of the front pack have cleared him.
Yep.
So Maverick gets through as well. Barry's not going to quite be there. So he's going to come out, position number 4 in the road with exactly half a tank in as well. So he's overfilling slightly to what Cyborg was saying. Maybe that's just him trying to work the car a little bit harder to give himself a bit more in the bank. But he's in good position here, so he's 7.1 seconds off the lead of the race. But he does owe us another stop as well yet. Whereas Mountain Goat has 1 more stop to go. And he's actually got about the same amount of fuel on board at the moment too. So this is going to be a really fascinating finish to this race. I'm actually looking forward to watching this. And don't forget too, you got Scooter 82 and Maverick there just to really chuck their little oar in the party as well at some point too. So if Mountain Goat and DB get together at the end of the race, or they start slowing each other up, these guys will be ready to pounce.
It's been early in the stints where DB's done most of his damage. It's been this part where the tyres are fresh. Yep. He's got less than around a half a tank of fuel, and he starts to drop these 29s. This is where he's closing the gap. So he needs
the difference this time too, though, is he's got to get around someone like Maverick now. He will catch him on the road now. He might not get him before the stops, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. As Mountain Goat does another 30.7, so he's on fire at the moment. 30.7 for Scooter as well, being very quiet there in position 2. We haven't really talked him up much, but he's been in the consistent low 30s as well for this race, so he's got plenty of pace. Maverick just did a 31.4, so he's just dropping off the back of the front 2 at the moment. And DB's chunking time out of him at the moment with a 30.5 on that first lap out.
2.8 seconds. It's Maverick's lead at the moment over DB, closing quickly.
Such control of that car, it's unreal to watch. Loads it up and away it goes.
Just watching him
Black
around
Project.
tight little corners.
Troy and Black Project having a bit of a run into 4. Dark Side's there as well, so the Black Light boys have sandwiched the red mist car, the Ragged Edge car. Sorry for the Ragged Edge. Into turn 4 there. Got 1 in front, 1 behind. Let's have a look at the fuel on these guys. So, Bad Doctor's low on fuel, and Black Project's lowish on fuel. So they're out of sequence with the with V8 at the moment.
And this is
But
costing V8.
he's having a bit of a play with him at the moment.
So Black Project still has fuel, or was he? You were saying he was out of fuel?
No, they're out of sequence with him.
Okay.
He's not long because V8's not long pitted.
Yeah.
So these guys are all on the same sort of stint as the leaders, but they're very low on fuel now compared to the lead pack actually. So Mountain Goat's on. Wow, Mountain Goat's on a third of a tank still. He's going really well for fuel. Over a third of a tank. Whereas Scooter's just under a quarter. Maverick's way under a quarter. So Mountain Goat's got about the same amount of fuel as DB has left yet, with a stop less.
It's the counter move, really, isn't it? For him to be able to save fuel and still go quick.
I don't know how he's doing it, but he's just done another 30.9.
V8 gets
Everyone else
around.
has slipped into the 31s except for DB.
Black Project clears him.
Oh, bad doctor. Where's he? Oh, he's in the pits.
Moves into 6.
Which is a little bit rough, the side of the black light car. Oh dear.
Alrighty, so DB now has closed that gap to Maverick down to 1.4 seconds. So he's halved the gap
Yep.
in about 2/3 of a lap.
I reckon Maverick's got one more lap to go before he goes in as well, so he's just above the fuel light at the moment.
That'll be good timing
And
for
that-
DB to not have to get involved in an extended battle with him.
He might slip in now, he might not. It's hard to say what he's going to do. I think he's got another lap in him yet, but he might be seeing DB.
What sort of lap times
Approaching
have we
behind.
had out of DB for these first two?
He did a 1:30.5 exit lap and a 1:30.3
Okay.
after that, so he's been well and truly on the pace straight away. But it does take a couple laps for the tyres to come up, so this next lap here will probably be his quickest one of the stint so far. So she tucked in on the slipstream behind Maverick now, 0.4 of a second. He's going to have a run on him into turn 1. He's closing very quickly.
Wow.
He just does a 29.7 fastest lap of the race. There he is. Maverick covers into 1. Puts the car in perfect position on the inside there. Just wide enough to he doesn't get the outside run into turn 2. Through 3.
He's
Tucked
gonna
in
get
behind him.
toe
The run
here.
will be into 4 now. Here it
Yep.
is. So Maverick's going to have to get across here to the left to cover the run.
He's
He
left a
does.
bit
He just
too much
positions
open.
not quite. No.
Yeah.
DB gets a run. Maverick goes very deep into brakes. So tries to shut the door on him. They touch. Maverick shuts the door. DB was smart there to get out of that thing because he had the nose up.
It's cost him time.
It has. Maverick here fighting for sheep stations at the moment.
Yep, entitled to do it. Oh, he's run a little wide there. Resisted the temptation of just shoving it in there
Oh.
again.
This is slowing up DB.
This is doing the kid all sorts of favours. And
It is.
Scooter.
Yeah, Scooter's in there still. He's 2.6 seconds off the lead, so he's right there. Just watching this little battle pack at the moment though. Maverick making this very hard for DB to find a way past. Plenty of passing opportunities here, but they're not always going to work for you as he tries to get down the inside there and onto the final turn. Not quite there yet.
This is where it stings. He's going to line him up and Maverick's just
Well,
going
Maverick's
to pull
at
in
a
a
pit now.
pits. Yeah.
He'll pit now, so he's got to get across. Probably indicate would be a good start. Let him know you're going in. No, he's just the inside. DB goes around the outside, so Maverick's going to be in here surely. In he goes. This will be his final stop, the run for the line for Maverick.
What time
Quick
did
entry.
we get there?
Scooter went in too, by the way, out of position
Yep.
number 2. So it only leaves the kid out in front.
Decent fuel advantage over Maverick.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. So now we have an on-track 5-second gap.
Okay, so Scooter's filled a little bit heavier than Maverick, but he's still out in front of him. 56 in the tank for Maverick, 61 for Scooter. That's going to get him to the end. Or thereabouts, hopefully, question mark. And looks like they're going to come out there and abouts with V8. So Scooter retains third position, nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick comes out in 6th, just in front of Black Project.
I'm assuming Old Wake is he out of sequence here or?
He is. He's on the fuel light, so he'll be out of the
Okay.
way very shortly. V8's on the same strat as DB now, so he's very low on fuel. He's just under a quarter of a tank. So DB's under a quarter, and so is the kid. 5 seconds. These guys have both got to get to the end here. This is actually going to stabilise slightly in a minute too, because DB and Maverick are very close on fuel, so Maverick's almost going to stabilise this pit stop here in a second.
Mm.
The tyre wear is going to be the issue. Mountain Goat's tyres are looking fairly warm, whereas DB's are very fresh, so he's going to start closing this gap up. But they're going to pit basically. Mountain Goat's in now. He's pulled the trigger early. I think that's early. As DB flies past, so he's going to be out in front now. This is going to have to be some really, really good laps from DB now to stay out in front. The kid, fresh tyres on board, fuel going in now.
Probably the smart
it's 18
play.
seconds.
He was going to only bleed time to him on...
Oh, he put a lot of fuel in too. He put a lot of fuel in.
Right.
67. That's a lot.
A lot is in too much. What has he got?
Well, he's
So
definitely going to be able to rev it home.
Yeah. No, that might be a slight overfill.
Might be slight overfill, but I suppose it gives him that little bit of
So we're talking about a 13-second gap here, and Brocky was talking about 16 in chat before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there and about. They will be, for that final stint, within visual distance of each other.
I think if DB pits now, he comes out behind Scooter in front of V8. But he'll be right on the front too. This is going to be a another one of those finishes, guys. So now's probably the time to go in and do what you need to do and grab a drink and put the dog out and all that sort of stuff. Because once this pit stops through, these guys are going to be all closed up together.
Things are going to get crazy again by the looks of it.
DB's fuel light just came on as he exits the final turn. He's probably got one more lap in the car if he wants it, but he might slip in now. No, he goes around again. What's the lap speed like? It's a 31 flat, so it's not a very good lap from him. That's slow. That's one of the slowest laps he's done this race.
Who was that from?
DB.
Yeah, okay.
Leading the way. Fuel light just came on. So the gap is now 12.4 seconds.
Old Wake is rejoined in 8th after his pit
Mountain
stop.
Goat's outlap was a 30.2, just for reference too. Scooter just did his fastest lap of the race with a 30.5. He's got a side of Mountain Goat here, 1.4 seconds to the gap. He's not going to let this go. Maverick now has dropped off the back of these guys to the tune of 5 seconds. He's probably out of the picture now. Berry's 5th. Wakey is 6th on really good car.
Just the Adam.
Dark Side is 7th.
Yep.
Oh, CB goes down the inside. Nice move there from CB. And V8's going to come out of the pits around the same position there as Wakey, looks of it. He splits Wadey and Adam. And then Black Project comes out behind Dark Side and CB19 in 11th. But he's enough to get home as well. So, back to the front. The gap is now 11.8 seconds. Goat is closing this gap up. DB's going to have to go in. He'll be in now. Fuel lights on. The car's on vapor.
Here we go.
Right, final roll of the dice to DB. Here it is. Pit stop in. On vapor. 2 in the tank. He'll go to about half a tank. Maybe slightly less.
Kids on
Where's the Mountain Goat in relation?
Yep, he's just
Fuel's going in now.
Straight now.
Alright, this car will move very quickly in a second. It's about to roll. Right, he's away.
So
It's going to be tight.
Lead.
The kid's on the outside. I can see him in the screen. It's very tight. But this slow up on the exit, he's going to hurt him. So there goes the kid. There goes Scooter. Scooter clears him too. Okay. DB's going to come out in third, but with a better car. This is the race now, guys.
Now
Here we go. Strap in. This is a Group A front runner. 2.3 seconds off the back of Scooter in position number 3. This is going to be fantastic. I can't wait for this to play out. 7 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
So still plenty of time. Probably looking
the gap's
at
only
another 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, the gap's only 1.5 seconds as well to the lead. So Scooter's actually closed up on Mountain Goat a little bit. Mountain Goat does have the most fuel out of everybody. Tyres aren't too bad. Scooters are probably the worst off out of everybody's. Mountain Goats aren't bad though.
It's going to allow Mountain Goat to rev out properly, and if DB's played, you know, the fuel game really tight, it might prove to be the difference in the end.
Well, DB and Scooter both have the same amount of fuel on board, and Mountain Goat has them both covered, so he's not going to do that whole, I'm going to get to the end on vapor thing, I'm going to get to the end, I can rev my car.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter if you're not winning, does it?
Exactly. Well, you just know that at some point the pressure's going to come. These guys are going to have to drive defensively.
Okay, so exit lap there. So Mountain Goat did a 30.7, Scooter did a 30.5, and TB did a 30 flat.
Right.
1.9 seconds is now the gap. He's closing in.
Berry's come in from 5th.
Oh, Jossie Adams recovered now, guys, to 7th.
Yep, he has.
Great drive so far.
Recovery drive.
He's at 30.7. V8 there is still in the top 6. He's on the back of Walking. There's going to be a bit of a battle here too, by the looks of it, between Wakey, V8, Justy Adam, CB19, Black Project, Darkside. They're all going to be in this event.
Yep.
That middle pack's going to be fantastic. Maverick's going to be the odd one out.
So we assume that everybody's had their final pit stop at this stage.
I think this is it.
Yep. All racing to the finish. V8 is now half a second behind Old Wakey. That's going to be an interesting run all the way to the end. Up front, 2 seconds now from Mountain Goat to Scooter.
Goat's responded. He's on his first, second, third sector.
He's managed to do that on repeated occasions now.
Yep.
As soon as somebody starts to put pressure
Scooter
on,
runs really wide there. It's going to give DB a run up the straight. Here we go. This is on now for second already. He'll be ruined that mistake. That's just killed his exit speeds.
Yep.
DB's closing in quickly at the moment.
He's going to have DB right on his bumper at the end of the straight.
Goat does a 30.6. Scooter does a 31. And DB does a 29.9. So DB's definitely got the foot to the floor now.
There he is.
0.8 of a second is the gap.
God, how does he pull the car up like that?
I know. It's just disgusting. Womble saying it. Womble saying Adam for 5th. He reckons he's going to grab V8 and Old Wakey. It's a big call. Those guys are battling.
That'd be impressive.
Maverick could just nod off now. He's 6 seconds to DB and 13 seconds to Old Wakey. He's having a bit of a quiet tea party there now in
Great
4th.
drive, though, in this company.
Yep. Here we go again. Scooter. He's got it all to do now. DB's on his back bumper. This is where you've got to not bottle it. You've got to keep you calm. Because seeing someone like DB come up behind you has an effect on people.
Has to.
Obviously.
Has to, yep.
And you know he's Group A front running pace. You know he battles door handles with the likes of Cyborg.
You know he's faster. You just got to place that car in the middle of the road and make it as wide as possible. Yep. So far, so good.
Just like that. And again, he's going to hold him wide here. Don't let him get down the inside. Do not let him get down the inside. He'll have you on toast. That's it. Just position the car towards the inside there, right in the middle of the road. Beautiful work. Get a good exit. That's it. He's probably going to grab you into turn 1 here, so you need to cover early. Make him go around the outside and then brake really late and hold him out wide. No, he's going to get the inside. DB's going to get down the inside. So now Scooter's going to have to brake really late into 1. Can he hold on around the outside and get that good line into 2? He's going to... DB, masterful positioning of the car there on the inside of the track. Oh, good. Bit of a slide though. They both slide.
Oh, that's geez, it though. He got greedy on that exit.
That's one done.
What do we got now?
Stay with him, Scooter. 3 minutes to go. 2.8 seconds is the lead. Can the Goat hang on?
Well, we know DB's got a tyre advantage. And now does that extra fuel help him or does it hinder him? Does that extra weight hinder him or does the extra fuel allow him to just be flat out on the throttle? Him. Yeah.
I think it helps. Keeps the car balanced. I think this car runs better with a little bit of fuel in it, to be honest.
Well, the challenge is ahead of him. We know he's good. How good is he?
It's on Scooter here too to stay with him as well, because these guys, DB's going to catch him, but can he pass him? And they will slow each other up with the battle that'll ensue.
Opportunities can present themselves.
He could grab the miracle here, go from 3rd to 1st in one corner. We saw it at the BMWs.
Exactly, and we saw it last week in this group too. So
absolutely. So stay in it there, Scooter. Don't let him sneak away. He's run out of rubber though, because he's just dropping off the back now. 1.5 seconds. So the gap's now 2 seconds with 2 minutes to go. DB's going to have to give everything he has here to catch this up. Mountain Goat does a 30.9. DB does a 30.1.
Quick check back to the V8 Old Wakey battle. V8's still tucked in behind.
Still behind him?
Yep.
Oh, Wakey's, he's punched above his weight at the moment. He's doing a great job. Back to the leader. 1.7 seconds. DB goes fastest through Sector 1. That's purple. The goat doing everything he can to stay in front here. He's just got to. He's just got to maintain this gap. He's got enough space here. He might get away with it.
Yeah. The only thing we got to be
gotta
thinking
not bottle
about is exactly. Last week it was the brain game that got to him. I think. Oh, geez, that's pushing it, DB. Now he's just got to forget about all that and just focus on what's in front.
1.5 seconds.
It's closing quick. DB is on the ragged edge. He's just using every millimetre of the track.
DB's fuel lights on.
That's probably a tad early.
Mountain Goats isn't.
That extra bit of fuel could
1.2.
Could prove to be the difference.
Hold on to it, son. Come on, you can do this. Hold on to it. DB closing in now. It's going to be within a second by turn 1. There's going to be one hell of a final lap between these two guys. 38 seconds to go as they cross the line. This is going to be heading into the final lap.
Well,
and away we go. 0.9. One lap to prove your worth here, Mountain Goat. Don't not stuff this up. DB closing in. Fuel concern on the counterpunch car.
He's
Scooter's on the fuel light.
Yep.
As well. Maverick's on the fuel light. Wakey and V8 are fighting for 4th and 5th now as well.
Oh,
Mountain
just
Goat
got it done.
just walks it through turn 4. Turn 5 is nice as well. They're on the final lap, guys. Into 6. Cover the line now. Don't let him get down the inside. 0.7 of a second. Tell you what, this is a great drive from both these guys.
Absolutely.
No matter how this finishes. Oh, Mountain Goat takes a lot of curb there. Do not get a penalty this late in the race. 0.7 of a second is the gap.
0.6.
Just needs it clean here for the final turn and cover.
Oh.
DB with a big light up there out of the hairpin.
He's got himself in the toe. He's
Yep,
close
0.3
enough.
of a second. It's close.
It's the fuel game versus the tyre game. Can he take advantage out of this last corner? He's on better tyres.
He has to cover. He might get this, the kid.
I think
Can
the
he
kid's
do
got
it?
it.
0.3. It's close. 0.2. Oh, he might get him with the line here, DB. It's going to be really close. He can only move once, the kid. Can he get away with it?
Oh, my goodness. He's going to get it. He's got it. Well
0.8,
done.
0.08 at the line. Well done from both those guys.
Oh.
What a drive.
Scooter with a solid third. Great drive, mate. Same goes to Maverick.
P4.
P4.
Well done.
Now.
V8's going to get away with
Yeah,
it. It's probably his best finish for the season for these guys too. Oh, he got 4th again when they all ran out of fuel last time round. But this is legit. This is.
Yep.
He passed old Wakey there with a lap to go, and he's going to get it done as they cross the line very close together as well. Black Project recovers to 7th. Great job, mate. Well done. Justy Adam finishes 9th, almost out of fuel. Berry 8th. Sorry, Berry in 9th. 71 9 10th. Darkside 11th. Hardside was 12th. Other Tyrone 13th, and off the back was the other Red Mist car.
Well, we've been spoilt these last 2 weeks, or these last 2 races by this B group. That was another.
I can't wait to see the. I can't wait to see the photos from that one, guys. Where's the good old finish line shots that we like to see? The 2 car noses side by side along the straight.
Yeah, I think coming from the back of the field like that, he didn't have it easy either.
No, he didn't.
Nobody really gave him a free pass at all through that race. He's just really shown us the class he's got, and probably further accentuates the shame it is that he's not up in that top group, giving some of those boys up there a hard time.
It shows though that Mountain Goat can be up there too, though, can't he? In Group
absolutely.
A. So
held his
if
own.
the start of the season had went a bit better for him with missing that first race, really hurt his season.
Yep.
He could have been up there.
Let's just quickly bring up on screen now driver's points again. See where. Yeah, he's still fair way down, isn't he, Mountain Goat? This is going to push him right up there, though. I'd say another good result around St. Croix, and he's going to be up in with the big boys in Group A.
That's going to be a great race too.
Yeah. But congratulations to the top 3.
I just saw the chat in the Ferrari room. Straight away, he tagged DB and said, "Gee!" That was very close.
Made a race out of it. Well, we saw 2 completely different races, I suppose, when you compare the B result to the Ferrari result. Tonight, Ferrari boys stole the show with that finish. A comprehensive drive in Ferrari B with Ghost taking out that first race. And then we've just seen the kid take out a win in Ferrari Group B. What's that? That's probably, already his third or fourth win, is it?
Well, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sure those guys will remind me. But Scooter jumps in the chat there, guys, with the who knew chasing a child around for 50 minutes not being able to get any closer would be so frustrating. Great drive tonight, Scooter. That was a really well raced out third position. You were right in there till the very end when it looks like the tyres went off on you, so you were right there.
Yeah.
Can't be ashamed of that, mate.
Absolutely not. In with a chance till the end.
And again, good to see another car. So one of the AIM-Watch cars gets back up on top too. It's haven't seen that for a little while this season.
Troy's voted himself a driver of the day. Well done, mate.
Good job, Troy.
Shannon Mountain Goat. DB from Benny. Benny, you are aware he's a counterpunch driver, yeah? Who else have we got? DB. DB's pretty popular.
Yeah, I gave him to DB as well. That's a heck of a drive there from the back of the field. He did get fairly lucky in the first couple bits there where he jumped a few of them when the start line sort of ate CB19's start again, which is frustrating that it didn't happen in the test starts and it happened again now in the race. Yeah, great drive. And he didn't push his way through too, which is the important part for people to take out of that too, especially the guys that are bashing around the community at the moment and looking at how to do it. Well, that's how to do it. He
even at the very end then when he come up ranged up on Scooter, there was a couple of opportunities there he could have
just dived through,
and he didn't.
But he didn't.
And
he did it correctly.
You know, they're the minor ones. He may have got through one of those with a bit of bumping, and he may have even won the race, but it wouldn't have been the right way to go about it. And that's what we're looking for. Alrighty. Well, we have come to the end of yet another night. Fantastic racing. Sector 1 sim racing at its best. We are back again, I believe, this Thursday with the micro sector. Hosted by one Ghost and myself. We'll have a special guest in with us as per usual, I would have thought. Of course, last week was the big reveal. We might get a bit more from viewers, questions, opinions on what was revealed for the new season. It seemed to stir up some positive vibes, I think, was the general consensus as we look forward to what Season 3 holds for Sector 1. But I think really we need to start focusing on the end of Season 2 because we're coming up to the pointy end. What do we got? 2 rounds to go now?
Yep. So we got St. Croix after the break.
Yep.
And then it's Monza, I believe.
Monza.
Ferraris go home in the final round of the series.
There we go. Monza with chicane. And that's going to be the final round. So, yeah, it's all ramping up to what should be a fantastic finish to, well, both of our championships. As I mentioned, we are off to St. Croix, Group A. What dates have we got? Has anybody got the dates for that? Because I know we've got a break now.
2 seconds. We're going to a break, but we're going to be... I thought I'd be all over it, but I've missed it.
Just having a quick look here. Microsector could be a bit of an issue, seeing as it lands on the 24th.
Christmas Eve.
Eve. So we might not be having Microsector this week. But we'll get one in before the next round. Look, the next round.
Schedule. Here we go. So St. Croix is on the 17th of the 1st. So it's a bit of a break there. Oh, no, because there was a special round after the break. So it will be a little bit earlier than that.
Yep. So we're probably looking at about the week of the 10th, therehout, 10th of the 1st, something like that. But there is a bit of a break, so I suppose a good opportunity to wish everybody still viewing. Hope you have a really good, safe, fun, enjoyable Christmas. Share some time with your families. 2020's been one hell of a ride. It's been a tough year and one most of us are probably thinking we're glad to see the back of. But it's a good thing to have something like S1 to sort of, counteract all that negativity, give us an opportunity to get away and play like kids for a while. It definitely does the the brain a hell of good. So to all of our viewers, to yourself, there, good doc. I'm sure you're looking forward to Christmas break.
Yeah, just wishing everybody a safe and happy holiday period for those of you that are doing Christmas with the way that everything's going in the world at the moment. So everybody, just do the right thing, do the safe thing.
That's it.
Obviously with lockdown that becoming a problem again in New South Wales, so hopefully everybody has a nice holiday period. It looks like the guys are saying it's 10th for Group A for our return back. So the 10th of January, guys, is when we come back to St. Croix for Group A, Ferrari, and Group A BMW.
So
which is awesome to see.
Yeah, extended little break, the opportunity to get plenty of practice in, enjoy the Christmas New Year period, and then we come back full bore. So at this stage, I will be saying that micro sector, just looking at the dates here, will probably land on the 7th of January, all things going well. So with that, we'll probably take the opportunity to bring everything to a close for tonight. Anything else to say there, good doc? Anything in particular? No, we're good to do it.
Thanks very much to yourself and
cheers,
Mr. Pete there in the BMW lobby tonight.
Yep.
Great job
Shout
for
out,
everybody.
Pete. Absolutely.
Big thanks to the chat tonight, guys. You guys are on fire again tonight. Great to see guys breaking down the race in the chat again. Really, really love that sort of stuff. So awesome to see.
It all helps. That's right. It's fantastic.
And everybody have a nice break, and we'll see you in 2021.
Sounds good. Take care, everybody. We will see you guys on the flip side. You've been watching Sector 1 Sim Racing. Have yourselves a good night.